Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. You'll get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And when I'm not asking Bruce, hey, how big was Batista's? Well, you know. One of the things I like to do is help people save money. And if you're watching this video right now and you're in a 30-year loan, man, you're overpaying your single biggest bill and you may not even realize it. I want you to do a little experiment for me. Take your calculator out, multiply your monthly house payment by 360 payments. That's how many payments there are in a 30-year loan. That big scary number, that's your total of payments. You're looking at that number? You know you can do better. Keep more of your own money right now and go to savewithconrad.com. Or maybe you've got credit card debt. Man, it's not a matter of if I can save you money with that. Your average interest rate on a credit card is more than 20%. And by the way, all the interest you pay on those credit cards, it's not tax deductible. Whereas the mortgage interest, well, that is tax deductible. So if you owe this debt, it's up to you how to pay it back. Doesn't it make sense to get the cheapest rate possible and the greatest tax deduction possible? Find out how much money you can save right now for free at savewithconrad.com. You don't need perfect credit. Even scores in the 500s can be approved, and it's no cost out of pocket. But maybe best of all, we're licensed in more than 40 states. We can help more families than ever before. But how much can we save you? Find out right now for free with a quick quote from savewithconrad.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Welcome to WHW Monday. Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
Jim Crockett for Starrcast, 605 NWA. TV title, Cajun Omni, the Bunkhouse Stampede. Flair and Horseman, Garvin, Bogey, Magnum, Dusty, Express Tag Team. Turner, Bodden, Mid-South Joint World Championship Wrestling.
Talking about the great years of World Championship Wrestling, the NWA, and Jim Crockett Promotions.
Tony and Friends North, they win. Look, Schiavone's back again. World title split off, center stage, Bischoff. Disney, Hogan, and Nitro. New World Order and The Crow. Thunder, Russo, Arquette Champ, Vinnie Mac, simulcast. Tony's back with Conrad, not your classy podcast. Watch along, try not to laugh. Lowest rules, cat back. This wasn't the initial plan. Thompson's a good-looking man. Klondike Bill, make a tip. Tommy, you come over here.
What happened when? WHW Monday. And now, let's go to the ring. And here's your co-host. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the master of ceremonies, the voice of your childhood. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Noah, Anthony, Schiavone, Tony Schiavone. What's going on, man? How are you?
Conrad, you sound like you're in a great mood, which is good.
Sure.
Because I think, I'd like to think that our podcast during this very extraordinary time in our country, in the world, is putting smiles on faces. So good. I'm glad you're happy.
Listen, I'm looking forward to today's topic. It's a WrestleMania that you've never seen before. It's WrestleMania 14. But most of all, I'm really excited about having the opportunity to sort of break up some of the monotony. It feels like everything we have seen, that we usually enjoy has been canceled, but, not what happened when. We're going to keep this thing cranking and rolling, and, you're broadcasting from the Bat Cave. I'm here at my, humble little home studio off the garage here at the Conradison, and we're safe and sound and excited to try to put some smiles on faces. As you said, you know, this is the time when I feel like the world gets a lot smaller, and, I appreciate things and folks a lot more than we might normally would, because we're just in the busy hubbub of our regular day. And you even had a nice thought this past week. I think, Aubrey Edwards took to Twitter and said, you know, all the negativity going on in the world, I need to take a minute to talk about what all I'm thankful for. And she listed a lot of things that she was thankful for, which was great. The exact tweet it was Leva Bates. She says, we're in a time when we can let fear and negativity take over. So I'm going to post something that makes me feel positive. I love my job so much, and I'm so proud to work for a company like AEW. Everyone involved makes me smile. Keep this going. What are you grateful for? And man, you were one of the first responses. We can always count on you. And you said, our AEW staff, my wife, my kids, my grandkids, my sister, my best buddy Bug, my other buddies, Chewy and Miss Tilly, the staff at DDPY, a great broadcast team, streaming services, so I don't have to watch 24 hours of panic on the news channels. And you listed everything there that was important in your life and you were thankful for, and there were no omissions. And I'm really glad that you got to share that with everybody, because there's not enough positivity in the world. And we hope that, we're able to bring a smile to your face. If you're at home and looking for something to do, and maybe you've self-quarantined, WrestleMania 14, that'll put a smile on their face like DDPY does for you, right?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week, interesting couple of weeks. Well, it's going to be an interesting year if you think about it, but it's going to be an interesting week as far as wrestling fans are concerned, because I'm very interested to see exactly how this WrestleMania, this current WrestleMania in a couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks now, will be how it will look and what they will do. I do know I've seen that they've been putting a lot of stuff on ESPN as of late to help funnel that. And I wonder how Fox feels about ABC having some of their stuff. But be that as it may, that's just the business side of me talking, which obviously I have no business sense, or I'd be a millionaire right now. But
wait. With all that sweet oh, I forgot. You blew it on a Ford Edge. You're good.
No, I didn't blow it on a Ford Edge, but I sure would like to get, hint, hint, Conrad and all your millions, would love to get a blue Shelby Mustang Cobra.
I just got one of those.
You did?
Yep.
I'm coming over and driving it home, keeping it for a week. I kept Ric Flair's Mercedes for like 2 weeks in my parking lot, or my
parking
driveway.
Lot. Where did you live where you had your own parking lot?
My driveway.
Jeez. Okay.
And so I'll hang on to your Shelby Cobra Mustang GT 40, whatever.
Boy, you got a lot of words there you don't really understand.
Boy, isn't that been my life?
WrestleMania 14, man, March 29th, 1998. As you and I are talking, we're like 3 days away from a big anniversary for this one. Well, I guess it's 22 years, but whatever. It feels like 100 years ago. WCW was just kicking your ass if you were a WWF fan. But this is the show that's helped sort of turn it around. Mike Tyson is here. It's going to become the beginning of the Stone Cold Steve Austin era. It's a big night for professional wrestling, and you've never seen it. Am I right?
Never seen it, but man, I've read about it, and I've read about, a lot of the things that's going to happen, during this, event. And you think you got The Rock, and you think you got Triple H, and you got Owen Hart, you got Shamrock, you got Kane and the Undertaker. Wow. And, some stars like Pete Rose is going to be there, I believe. Mike Tyson's going to be there. Wow. They, for a company that, maybe was, as they say, sucking hind tit, to WCW, they certainly brought out the stars, and this helped them, as you said, get back on top.
Without questions. Without further ado, let's fire it up. Let's get going on our Wayback Machine. Hit up the WWE Network. Go find WrestleMania 14. Then we're going to encourage you to turn on your closed captioning if you'd like, but mute the sound. And when you're all to 000, Tony Schiavone will give you a little bit of a countdown, and bang, bang, bang. Here we go.
In 3, 2, 1, play.
A wide shot of WrestleMania 3, the Pontiac Silverdome. There we see WrestleMania 1, Muhammad Ali. Oh, and the Rockettes, Gladys Knight, Ray Charles. Who could forget Bob Bucher and Andre the Giant? And now here's where we are. There's D-Generation X. There's Mike Tyson. And there is who they're taking on tonight. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Of course, Shawn has stuffed his trunks there. That is not a Blue Chew dong. That is a banana dong.
Banana dong.
But there you go. They're crotch chopping Mike for him. And here comes Stone Cold with the Intercontinental title that he had to forfeit. But now he's got his sights set on the world title. We just saw that as a bonus on Patreon, where Austin would stun Vince McMahon. If you haven't already, make plans to join us on Patreon. You would have gotten this show 2 days ago. I would have given you something to do on your Monday. It's patreon.com/WHW Monday. There's classy Freddie Blassie. Oh, there's Jess McMahon. How about that?
How about that's the boss who kind of, well, I wouldn't say started it all, but started the company, obviously.
And there you see Shawn Michaels with the big moonsault. Oh, the iconic shot of Austin from WrestleMania 13. I got to tell you, man, this is the era where WCW had the better undercard. luchadors and things like that, and Chris Benoit and Rey Mysterio and Psychosis. And I mean, you guys were just blowing it out of the water from an undercard standpoint, but it felt like the main event, the better work happened on this channel. Instead of having Hulk Hogan limp around with Roddy Piper and compare fake hips, instead we had Shawn Michaels, who's really the greatest wrestler in the world at this point. But man, he's hurting in a bad way here. He's showing up with a bad back. He's got a bad attitude. He's over medicated or over self-medicated. It's not going to be the best match we ever saw Shawn Michaels have. In fact, it may be his worst WrestleMania match he ever had, but it's such a historic night because the business is on the uptick. We've got a little bit of momentum going our way now, at least in the mainstream, because we've got the attention of the world, thanks to Mike Tyson. And we're going to get things kicked off here with a couple of bona fide Hall of Famers, the Godfather and Ron Simmons. If you had to get in a fight with one of these guys in real life, who would you pick and why, Tony?
I'd pick the Godfather. It's not to, just only because I know more about Ron Simmons, and I know that Ron Simmons will hurt you and not realize he has. A perfect example, Starrcast. I think it was the first Starrcast. Was he there at the first Starrcast?
He was indeed. Yes, sir.
Yes. In the back office, I kind of put my arm on his shoulder. He turned around. He saw me. First time we'd seen each other. We're talking 20 years, right?
Yeah.
And he hugged me, and I swear he almost broke me in half. It was like bones were fucking cracking. And I told him, I said, I got it. You're right. Good to see you. So that's why, just because he's a badass. Speaking of badass, still the best commentary team ever.
Certainly, without question. And we see Jim Ross there. Of course, Jim just passed the anniversary of his wife, Jan, passing away. She passed away. I guess this past Sunday would have been the 3-year anniversary. So if you haven't already, take a minute and send JR a tweet and let him know we're thinking about him at JR's BBQ. But here's somebody else we're thinking about. Sonny and LOD. The LOD has been repackaged here. It's LOD 2000. Animals going with bike shorts, and they've got different like a goalie mask type situation. And then a much different presentation. I mean, they got shin guards and the shoulder pads look different. It's a lot different, but what's most different is we don't have Paul Ellering. We've got Sonny. And as a kid, man, I was all about this version.
Well, you know what? This is the very first time I've seen this version. The very first time I've seen these guys walk out looking like this. And I'm all with it. I'm really all with it now.
Yeah. Sonny's got her gear that matches, and she's taking the center spotlight. I don't know that she was really the right manager for them. How about Hawk with a much different haircut? They're going buzz cuts instead of the crazy mohawk and reverse mohawk. Even the face paint is different. They've tried to reinvent themselves, but unfortunately they don't look like the old Road Warriors once they take all the gear off. I mean, it's all different gear, but the old Hawk looked like he was about to explode.
Mm-hmm.
And this just doesn't look like the same tag team. And they've clearly lost a step. This is not going to be the best LOD we've ever seen. They're struggling to get out of their gear right now.
Right.
But kudos for Vince for just trying something. By the way, on the outside, you see Bart Gunn and Bob Holly, two legit badasses, like no doubt about it, badasses. They are the new Midnight Express. And anytime you put the word new in front of something, it's dead. So it's a battle royal here. Forearm, 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 forearm.
So hold on a second. Only one team got an entrance, or two teams got an entrance?
Well, yeah, two teams got an entrance.
Okay.
But it was really just to showcase LOD. To be clear, everybody else got an entrance for the live house, but you couldn't show it all on the actual show. It's a 15-team battle royal. They're going to go 8 minutes and 19 seconds. Meltzer right. The match was so nondescript. They never even bothered telling us who was in there in the first place. The real story was the new look of LOD, with Sonny dressed in very little as the new manager of the duo, with ring outfits that were basically copies of what Antonio Pena was dressing as wrestlers as years ago. Animal wearing the shorts, the same face paint, but sans mohawks, and everybody now rocking the very short crew cuts. So lots of folks in this, not a great match. But I understand the need to get as many guys on a show as you can. Interesting to note, the Rock and Roll Express are in this. So technically the Rock and Roll Express are on a WrestleMania. How about that?
How about that? Yeah. You can see Ricky Morton. What's Vega doing down on the floor here?
He's part of the Los Boricuas.
Yeah, but it looked like he was kneeling and he's out, but looked like somebody legitimately got hurt.
His tag partner is Perez there. He had a hairy back. He would have loved him. It gets a -1.5. Meltzer would write, to describe Hawk's performance in this match as awful, would be to terribly demean every awful wrestler in history. By this point, Meltzer had really, really soured on Hawk. Hawk, once upon a time, looked like he was one of the biggest and brightest stars in the business, but here, man, a rough lifestyle, some hard living, some injuries, some age. It's just caught up with him a little bit. How about Barry Windham sliding in here?
Yikes, man. Barry. I think I've talked to a few people who said Barry's hadn't been doing well as of late. His health's not good. He's had a heart attack, of course. Whoa!
Out goes prime time Brian Lee, aka the Undertaker. Barry Windham had a personal issue with him and took care of business. How about on the outside? Two Cold Scorpio's growing his hair out. He looks a little bit like Ordell Roby and Jackie Brown. Do you remember that movie?
Oh, yes, I do.
I love when he pops the trunk and Chris Tucker's in the back and he brings Robert De Niro out to show him. It came down to a case of him or me. Before I let it happen to me, I'll kill him. 10 look just like him. Great shit.
Great flick, as a matter of fact.
You best believe it ain't gonna be me. Great shit. Great shit.
Unfortunately, the great shit is the movie, and the great shit is not going on here in the ring. But you know what? There is no way that I've said it a million times, and I think everybody watching and listening to me, there's never been a really good battle royal. There have been very good Royal Rumbles, but not where you've got 20 in the ring at one time.
No, I agree. I mean, you can't really see what's going on. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of action, but nobody really fucking knows what's going on. And it's just, it's too much. It's like, it's sort of like, when I came over to your house that one time and you had like what was it called? The World's Biggest Gangbang you wanted me to watch. It was where like 620 guys lined up to take their shot at this lady I think her name was Houston. And you were like, Houston, we have a problem. And like one after another, these dudes are trying to hit their finish on her. And it's like, dude, I don't want to see, there's too many guys here. I can't focus on the action. I'm out. Yeah. And you're like, no, this is good shit, man.
Yeah. I think you have me mixed up with going over to Cassio's house.
No, Cassio's not allowed to have things like that.
Okay.
Judy runs a tight ship, buddy.
Oh, by the way, I know you I've seen our abode before. Our abode is getting cleaner and less cluttered by the day.
What's going on? Has all of the hysteria on screen motivated Lois to get her house in order? Literally.
It may be. We had 2 new garage doors put in.
What?
And 2 new garage doors put in and completely cleared out with the exception of tools and things that we need. We can drive 2 cars into our garage now.
So your brand new Ford Explorer that you bought with that sweet, sweet con money is now inside the garage?
Not yet, but we can put it in there if we want.
Sure. Why would it be?
Yeah. Why would it be? We just, one thing at a time here, Conrad. One thing at a time. God damn it. We're old.
Well, why don't we get in the fucking attic and get my belt? What's the hold up?
We'll work on that today. How's that sound? Is that one of the Godwins?
Yeah. That's Henry O, one of the nicest men that ever lived. Yeah, a hoss and a half, by the way. I was at a convention in Charlotte, the NWA Legends Fan Fest a couple of years ago, and he was there with his wife, I think. Maybe it wasn't his wife, maybe it was a fan. Whatever. I saw him eating dinner, and I did a double take. So I think I know that guy. Then I was like, well, I don't need to get caught staring because that's a big motherfucker, and he could break me in half. And then eventually he came over and said, what's up? And yeah, it was indeed Henry Godwin. And I think that means he's a listener to the show, so watch your fucking mouth.
All right, Henry, sorry.
Just in case. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Henry, let me say this while watching my mouth. Don't ever go over and talk to fucking Conrad. He may have some sort of virus. Watch out. Down he goes. And Henry, I'm sure you can't wear that Stars and Bars shirt anymore.
Who needs to wear a Stars and Bars shirt?
Well, no one does, but he was wearing it there. Can't wear it anymore.
Can I just tell you, as a kid growing up in the South, like, I was around that so much as a kid. Like it was everywhere, you know, like.
Sure. And there are a lot of places still in the South.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say is like, now I never see it. And I realize that I live in a fairly progressive part of Alabama, if there's such a thing, But I'm saying Huntsville is really like when you go to like national conferences and people are talking about Alabama, they'll always say, well, now Huntsville's different. Like, you know, just because we have missile defense here and so many contracts and, you know, we got Lockheed Martin and Boeing. And I mean, every nuclear weapon the world ever needed is manufactured and stored here. And I mean, so there's a lot of really smart people here. I mean, I think we probably have the highest per capita of engineers as anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And so as a result, the household income and the education level, and it's a much more affluent area than maybe people assume when they hear, oh, Alabama. Now that's probably true for a lot of the more rural parts of Alabama, but that's not the case here. Anyway, I'm saying all that to say, I've probably seen the quote unquote rebel flag or the Confederate flag twice in the last 20 years in real life. But when I was a kid, it was everywhere. And I think it was just at the time, I don't know, it was on the top of the fucking Dukes of the Hazzard car. And, you know, it didn't have such a negative connotation, at least to honkies like me. I mean, it was just the top of the fucking Dukes of Hazzard car. I don't fucking know. And, you know, whatever. But now, you know, as you're, once you grow up and you become more aware of everything going on in the world, it becomes like, fuck, man, why did we ever do that?
Yeah. You know, I get it. It never did bother me either. And when I look at it now, when I see it now, it to me, it symbols defiance in the face of the world.
Well, that's what Hayes said it was supposed to be all along back when he was rocking it, because he was like, no, man, it was just, we were the Freebirds. We were here to fuck with Texas. So the idea of me talking about going to world class, the rebel flag was more of a Georgia thing. So we're going to come in here. It would have been akin to bringing a Georgia Bulldog flag. And of course I was like, well, why didn't you do that? And he's like, oh, fuck, you got all the answers. But this was literally nicknamed a rebel flag. So if we're going to rebel against the promotion or the baby faces or whatever, then maybe it fits. But now, goddamn, it just sticks out like a sore thumb because you're like, oh, fuck, man, this is not good.
Legion of Doom win this. One more thing about the rebel flag. You know where you see the most of them?
Where is that?
North Florida.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That's where well, maybe it's because I probably spend more time in North Florida, you know, the Jacksonville area, Georgia, Florida game, drive down there all the time. I've driven down to, you know, the Tony Khan's office down there a number of times. And so maybe it's because that I see that part of the country more than the rest. And maybe that's an unfair statement, but anyway, it just also confirms that to me, that if you're a Florida Gator, fuck yeah. Okay. So the Legion of Doom win it.
Well, they kind of had to after the big entrance and all that. Right.
Right.
So Tony, go ahead.
I also noticed that Animal's got trunks on. He doesn't have full tights.
Yeah, he's rocking the bicycle shorts.
Yeah.
Trying to switch it up.
Also rocking that gut.
Now, Animal looks like he's in much better shape than Hawk here, which is probably the first time that sentence has ever been said.
All right. So they start out WrestleMania with a battle royal. Not bad.
You ever hear the phrase "never meet your heroes"?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes that's true.
Yeah.
All right. So here we see, this is last Thursday, a public workout. Look at the crowd here, dude. An incredible crowd. This goes to show you where the interest in this was. Shawn Michaels caused quite a scene here because the fans were loud and raucous. So this is the era where, thanks to you guys, fans thought it was okay to throw things in the ring. Well, somebody threw, I believe it was a battery, and hit Shawn Michaels. And he said, fuck this, I'm out of here. And he went and got back in his car and or the limo. And he wrote about the fact that he was not coming back out and people were trying to come and talk to him. And eventually they coerce him to get out, but not before he has a handful of pills and guzzles a bunch of booze, and then gets out there and does the big photo op. And they got the big moment they wanted, the big shot with him and Tyson kissing Austin's head as they sort of shoved the belt in his face. But it's a cantankerous situation with him in WWE. And man, look at all of the events surrounding WrestleMania. And this is before WrestleMania really, really blew up in terms of, you know, well, we've got multiple days of access. We've got NXT and we've got a Hall of Fame and
stadium shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here comes Taka Michinoku, who thank you for saying it real. It's one of Bruce Pritchard's favorite finds, the things he's most proud of in WWE. Yes, that's not a rib. This is something he's really, really excited about. He's going to be taking on, Aguila. I forget how they say his name here, cause they had this guy in a few different gimmicks. You've probably seen him 3 or 4 dozen times on shows we've covered here, but, yeah, there he is.
My God, is that Juventud?
Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
It's either Juventud or it's, I don't know who it is.
Well, he was probably better known. You've seen him as Papi Chulo and S.A. Rios and,
I popped a chulo before.
did you?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. You know, what's crazy is this thing is, what'd we say? 23 years ago, 22 years ago,
22 years ago. Yeah.
this homie is 41 years old now. So he was 20, Mr. Aguilera.
Aguilera.
No,
Wow.
I was making fun of Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, S.A. Rios, Papi Chulo, he's 20 here, bro. This is their Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Baseball slide drop kick.
You know what he should have, done?
No.
A tope suicida.
That's right.
How about the moonsault off the top rope, bro? To the floor. What a big, spectacular move that would have been at any time in history, including here. I mean, now it's just Wednesday, but back then, holy shit, that was a big move.
Yeah. But the fans still pop for it.
Of course they do.
The AEW fans, when a guy gets up top like that, they expect it and they love it every time.
They're ready for it.
Yeah. It just shows you really, this is a good indicator of how wrestling has changed over the years and how what they're doing now is kind of more of what we're seeing. Here he goes. Tope suicida. Oh no. Top rope. Wow.
I don't know all the words.
I don't either. I wish Excalibur was here.
But well, we both do.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wish Megan Flair Thompson was here.
No,
she's a much more pleasant person to talk to.
No, you don't.
Than you. Oh,
hey, what? I want to start using some of these words, but I know I'm gonna screw it up.
Yep.
So should we just make shit up and just go with it?
Well, that's how it happened, right?
Okay.
I mean, look. Let's be honest. Someone first said tope suicida.
Right.
Someone first said moonsault.
Moonsault's a legit made up word, though.
What?
Moonsault is a legit made up word.
Right. So everything that we say has been made up. So, we could make up our own shit. We could come up with our own language. There's a frog fernum flop over the top.
Fernum Snavitz?
Yeah, a Snavitz and a gimmick Snavitz.
What? When did
the Kizze Fizze, watch out on the Tizop.
When did Snavitz become a thing in wrestling?
I don't know.
Bruce is
it's one of my favorite words, though. Snavitz
Bruce is the first person I've ever heard say it, but I've heard Taz say it and a lot of other guys in recent years, and I'm like, man, when did this thing become a thing?
It's a WWE thing. I never heard it until I started working for Vince.
He was dropping that Fernum Snavitz on you.
Well, Pat Patterson would in meetings use the word just to make people laugh. Holy shit. That's a top rope, tope, suicida, spinning flop Fernum Snavitz shit right there.
Con Hilo. It's a hell of a move, buddy. I ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah. It's such a hell of a move that the fans didn't react to it like I thought they should have. They were like, oh, what the fuck? You know what? You can't go anywhere without Bill Apter, can you? There he is.
He's everywhere, dude.
He's fucking everywhere. Oh, fuck. There's a Fernum flop. And there's a moonsault, springboard, 1, 2, 3.
A Fernum flop.
Oh man, I beat him. No, you didn't. So this kid, this Hakamu Shishaki,
His name is Taka Michinoku.
Takamichi Nuku, he really didn't become a big star though, did he?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah. I mean, he's at WrestleMania.
Okay, I got that. But I mean, he's not Jushin Thunder Liger.
No, it would have. And listen, he has had a great career. He's still wrestling. He started
in New Japan.
He started his own promotion. Yeah, he's done everything. I mean, he's had a big career, whether you watched it or not. I mean, you didn't even know Shawn Michaels, so whatever.
I did know Shawn Michaels. I worked with Shawn Michaels.
Never saw any of his stuff.
Chop rope Frankensteiner. See? Frankensteiner.
And yes, he's with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember old Jennifer Flowers?
Jennifer Flowers. Yeah. Didn't she, wasn't that one of the women that, the president
Bill
fucked
Clinton
in the Oval Office?
No, but,
okay.
Bill Clinton was accused of doing sexual things with her, but not while he was president, back when he was governor. Anyway, she is going to be in the next segment, which is going to be dated and stick out like a sore thumb, but it's coming up.
Okay.
Really good match here that is probably underrated by Meltzer. He only gave it a half a star. He says there were great flying moves, but Aguila needs to go to wrestling school. Except for his amazing flying ability, he's a lot worse than a lot of people in their first pro match. Luckily, this was just meant as an exhibition of spots, and it was that, but it paled in comparison with the worst lucha matches in WCW. Aguila, who actually turned 20 at the end of last year, and they still call him 19, opened with an incredibly high moonsault off the top rope to the floor. Anyway.
There it went.
Says Taka did about as good a job as possible steadying the match, but it was a bad idea that couldn't be saved. Oh, what about that belt? I think it's a turd of a belt. What do you think?
Yeah, it is a turd of a belt.
It looks stupid.
It's real, looks thin, flimsy, and looks like it was like, okay, here's $10, build us a belt.
Seriously.
It looks like one they would sell in the concession stand or in the merchandise shop.
Yeah. It looks like something that Marks like Super Dave would get and wear around their pond water. Did you know that Super Dave has a theory that he is safe from coronavirus because he drinks pond water?
Well, he may be ahead of the curve. You just never know.
His nickname in our group chat is now Pond Water Jones.
You've never included me in this group chat.
You don't want to be in there.
Okay, good.
I mean, you hate social media. Half the tweets you send out are from Dave Silva. Here we go. I'm going to play the audio.
With the Intercontinental Champion,
Jennifer Flowers.
Actually, Jenny, it's the People's Intercontinental Champ.
Excuse me. The People's Intercontinental Champion, The Rock. Now, Rock, the people want to know if you were the leader of this country, how would you run things?
Well, actually, Jenny, The Rock feels like this. First and foremost, the term leader is really beneath The Rock. The Rock feels like this. A more appropriate term would be ruler.
Ruler.
Yeah.
Okay, then, if you were the ruler, how would you handle the homeless situation?
Tell you what, Jenny, that is a touchy subject to The Rock. The homeless situation here in America. The Rock feels like this. As long as The Rock still has his palatial palace down on South Beach in Miami, Florida, he really couldn't give a damn whether or not they live in a Frigidaire box or a Kenmore box. As long as those homeless pieces of trash keep their cardboard homes off The Rock's freshly mowed grass, everything will be copacetic.
All right, then, how about the judicial system?
Well, first and foremost, as long as all The Rock's fans across the country realized that The Rock is the judge and the jury, everything should be fine. And actually, Jenny, after The Rock contemplated that for a second, if The Rock were the jury, The Rock feels like this. 9 times out of 10, he'd be a hung jury if you smell what I'm cooking.
How would you run the White House?
Tough job, tough question, but The Rock, of course, is up to answering that. The Rock feels like this. As long as all the interns in the White House beneath The Rock knew their damn role and they didn't get out of hand, step out of line, and they didn't do anything orally wrong, excuse me, Jenny, morally wrong, then The Rock wouldn't have to do what he does best, and that's lay the smack down in a major way. Thank you very much, Jenny.
Back to you, JR.
All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
A hung jury.
Oh, sure. Orally, excuse the talking about the interns. Oh man, fucking wonderful.
This is a weird time in America, is it not?
Oh yeah, it is a weird time in America.
Oh, how about DX, the theme song live? Lord bless him. That lead singer, he's passed away, but we got Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He's going to be coming out to wrestle Owen Hart for the European title. And, this is when he's making the transition to being less of a blue blood and more of a degenerate. Of course, he's been a big part of DX with Shawn Michaels. And now, well, things are about to change because this is Shawn's last night. So by that fact, he becomes the leader of DX. And the next night, things take a big turn for him. The New Age Outlaws come aboard, and Sean Waltman comes back from WCW, and DX is really going to pick up steam. I always preferred the original version of DX. I liked Shawn and Chyna and Hunter and Rick Rude. Of course, by this point, Rick Rude has already quit the company and showed up on WCW live head to head against a taped Raw. So he was the first man to appear on both shows at the same time. But, this is a little bit of I call it a hangover, if you will, because as we remember, Shawn Michaels screwed Bret Hart just a handful of months prior to this at Survivor Series. Well, Shawn's little big brother, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, is going to take on Bret Hart's little big brother for the European title here.
Some potential in this match.
Lots of great talent. We'll see how it goes. Meltzer dug it. I think you will too. Pretty decent wrestling action. He gave it 3 stars. They get a lot of time too, 11 minutes and 29 seconds. I say a lot of time just based on the length of the first 2 matches that we saw, going 8 minutes and 5 minutes.
Would you say that the threshold for good, bad match for Meltzer's 3 stars, anything 3 and above, he would consider a good match. Below 3, not so good.
I don't know. I don't guess I've really put any thought into that.
Yeah. Anytime, yeah, I don't know.
And there's Sergeant Slaughter, not here to put up with any shenanigans. He's going to handcuff himself to Chyna, I believe. I bet you'd like to be handcuffed to her.
Hey man, they could handcuff me to her top right there.
Man, when did you know you were a boob guy?
From the word go. See, she's got, I see that she had a handcuff on her belt loop, but she's also got one on her up there. See, I'm pointing right there. See right there?
So you want to touch her boobs, so you're saying?
I just loved her.
Did you ever see her porn where she had Mean Gene wear it out for her?
No, but that'd be worth it.
What do you mean?
Wouldn't it?
What do you mean?
Wouldn't it be worth it to see it?
Oh, would you like to?
Yeah, I know you obviously have it.
No, I mean, it's on the internet, it's 2020.
Oh, no, I'm not clicking porn on the internet. That's the perfect way to get a virus on your computer.
You going to go get it in a store? What are you talking about?
No, I was going to come to your house and you can put it on your computer for me.
Oh, I got you. Well, yeah, she had the Iron Sheik, and I think she had John Cena, and she had Doink the Clown. Lots of dudes just taking a crack at it. But, Mean Gene is the part that just made me laugh out loud.
How old is that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's in the last 10 years, probably. I'm guessing.
Well,
I guess I can do some research. Let me see what I can.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Let's enjoy this.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
She made her adult film debut in 2004 when a tape of her and Sean Waltman was leaked. But Another Night in China popped off in 2009. And then in 2011, she did her first professional pornographic film for Vivid called Backdoor to China, where she did some butt stuff, brother. And then she also starred for Vivid as She-Hulk in their parody of the Avengers, which came out in 2012. And, then she did a She-Hulk XXX. I guess it was released to video in April of 2013.
Okay.
So I guess the movie she was in were, oh no, the one we're talking about is Chyna is Queen of the Ring. So Queen of the Ring is what you need to throw in your Google machine if you want to see Mean Gene wear it out.
Queen of the Ring.
Yeah. Chyna is Queen of the Ring. That's the name of it. It came out in 2012.
Okay.
Probably a big fan of that.
Yeah, boy. She was unique, and I'm talking about not only her look, but hell, the girl could do some shit too, man. I'm not talking about porn.
No, dude. She was great. I'll be honest. It's super depressing to talk about Chyna in this regard because I feel bad for her. You know, the reality is she was, somebody that Shawn and Hunter pushed for in a big way to get her into the company. And they had a different idea for her because she was a muscular woman, let her be their heavy. And that was a unique idea. Nobody had done anything like that before, really. And they eventually convinced Vince to, hey, just let us try it. And they do, and it works. And then she gets in a real relationship with Hunter. Oh man. And then supposedly as she becomes a bigger star and they start to push her and she gets the bigger contracts and she's making like $1 million a year or some crazy amount of money. And she wants to change her look and soften her look a little bit. So she gets some surgery done to change the way her face looks and some surgery done to change the way her chest looks and just some cosmetic things. And then goes on to be a big Playboy celebrity and have a big spread there that sells a lot of magazines and gets a lot of attention and wins the Intercontinental title. And I mean, has really prime time spots and roles and becomes a bit of a low key celebrity, you know, maybe a D-lister cause it's still wrestling fame, but whatever. And, then one day finds a note in her fiance's bag written by another woman, and the other woman is the boss's daughter. And now, you know, everything you've worked for and known in your personal life and professional life and all of your friends, because as you know, the road sort of becomes like a traveling brotherhood and they're friends with each other because that's who they work with. Well, now you're off the road. So you're home, but you're not with him because he's with her. And all your friends are with them. So you lost your personal life. You lost your social life. You lost your job. Jesus. Just like that. And then you fast forward. It's no wonder that she, you know, developed some chemical or alcohol issues, whatever the case may be. And then you feel like, well, hey, this could be my other shot to sort of get back to what I'm used to. So she tried porn and fuck, man. Then she died. It's just,
it's a depressing story.
God damn. It's the worst. You know, listen, we have fun talking about Sonny's porn cause I grew up and she was the bee's knees and she had her own tough road to hoe. I'm not shitting on that, but Chyna's is over, man. She's gone. And it's just fucking depressing, dude.
It is depressing. It's a depressing story because the flip side of that is, and I've said this before on this podcast, because I experienced it, I got to meet her in person and got to be able to connect with her. We DM'd each other a lot and we got to know each other. And she was just one of the sweetest ladies ever. She really was. She was one of the nicest people that I've ever talked to. And just that's what breaks your heart.
Yeah.
So let's talk about something not so depressing here. And that the fact is that it's a pretty damn good match.
It is a good match. I'm going to try to pull the nose up now. I'm a little fucking depressed myself now.
Yeah, I know. It's a time where there's too many depressed people out there. We don't need to be part of them, right?
Let's talk about something that will not depress you. Let's talk about Dave Silva.
Jesus.
Dave Silva recently mentioned something that I was sort of taken aback by?
That Mexicans cannot get the coronavirus?
No, this past Sunday in our group chat, he mentioned that he had only self-quarantined for one day, Saturday. And on Saturday, that he cranked his own tractor 5 times.
Okay. In one day?
That shocked me.
Really?
Well, because this is a guy who is getting up there in age. I mean, he's late 40s and he's heavy set. He's got to have low T, but he's found a way to crank out 5, count them, 5 sets of knuckle children in a single day.
Knuckle children.
Yeah.
Cranking the tractor and knuckle children. I love these terms we're coming up with.
Cut in hand. He was cut in hand.
Cut in hand.
5 times in a day. And here's what shocked me about it. First of all, that's shocking enough, but the real shocker was, and I'm not saying this to be funny. You've met Dave Silva.
Yes.
Can he even reach his penis? Like
Son, I don't even want to visualize that, but
he's got these little short arms. He's got little baby T-Rex. What? He's like a little Tex-Mex. He's a T-Mex instead of a T-Rex. He's a T-Mex. And
Conrad.
Yeah.
The Ric Flair coat hanger would work for him, wouldn't it?
Did we give him that idea accidentally?
We may have. Look at that, man. That looks like a hard way.
Right across the bridge of the nose. That can't be. Nobody bleeds.
Hey, nobody cuts their nose.
No, me and you talked about this recently, and you said that you would gig for $1,000. True or false?
No, I said $1 million.
Oh. $1 million yen?
No, $1 million cash.
Cash.
I don't want a cashier's check. I don't want a credit card. I don't want a PayPal. I don't want a Venmo. I want a briefcase full of cash, and then I'll gig.
Could we get New Jack to do it for you?
No.
Wait. If I'm paying $1 million, I could.
Yeah, he's going to slice me open like a fucking can of tuna.
Well, I got to get my money's worth.
Whoa, missile drop kick. Is that what it's really called? Missile drop kick now?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay.
Man, this is more depressing by the minute. Chyna's gone. Owen Hart's gone. Dave Silva can reach his penis. How did you no sell my T-Max instead of T-Rex?
Triple H's mind's gone. Triple H.
He just got demoted. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying his mind is gone.
By the way, speaking
he's got to realize what's going on.
What, that Bruce is here to take his job?
No. They all have to realize what's going on.
That Vince is getting old and casino?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because,
well, I mean, what has Vince done that makes you think he's gone crazy?
Listen, I know a lot of people who have worked for him.
Yeah, sure.
And are working for him, and you just hear things and you put it all together. That's all in your own mind. And it's only me thinking. There's nothing out there that says that he's been diagnosed this way. But listen, you've heard the stories that I've heard. My God. You know, it's.
I don't think he's crazy. I think he's our Walt Disney.
Hey, well, I agree. I absolutely agree. I'm not taking anything away from what the man has done. He is one of the most remarkable leaders of a company ever. He really is. But there comes a time, man.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm saying Triple H and Bruce should run the company. And Stephanie.
How do you know they're not now?
I don't.
All right.
And why would you hit me with that line unless you knew something that I didn't?
Well, just saying.
Because, one of your best friends is right up there.
Yes, he is. Knee deep in it.
Yes, he is.
By the way, speaking of knee deep,
which makes us all think that you're going to be knee deep in it pretty soon too. Watch out. Push back. Oh, and he fell on his nuts.
Who is all? Makes us all.
All of us listening here try to put 2 and 2 together. One of the great things, and also one of the frustrating things about pro wrestling and being a pro wrestling fan is rumor and innuendo.
It's true.
What's true and what's not.
Yep.
You hear shit, people start shit. What's true? You try to read into shit. You watch a match, say, oh, did he really want to do that job? Is he calling the spots? What's going on? Is this a shoot? And are they pissed off backstage? And what's Vince thinking? And what's going to happen in AEW next? And who's going to be coming in? And oh my God, Matt Hardy's here. He's not the exalted one. It's a Brody Lee. Does that mean that who's going to come in? It's just rumor and innuendo. And a lot of times it's as much entertaining and more frustrating than the product itself.
That's what kept me a wrestling fan for all those years while I wasn't watching. I would still keep up with the Dirt McGirt.
Yeah.
The Dirt McGirt.
Got it.
Hey, we got a lot of great feedback last week. I don't know that you saw or paid any attention, but I'm talking about a ton of really good feedback about WCW Folks Can't Survive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they really, really loved it.
Mm.
So it's made me think.
Well, powder in the face. So anyway, you were saying that, I like the song too. I wish, here's the deal. When you play the music, now you're in Huntsville and I'm in Atlanta whoa. She got him in the ding dong.
Right in the ding dong.
Mm-hmm. The pedigree.
Anyway, when I'm in Huntsville and you're in Atlanta.
Yeah. And we haven't worked this out yet. When you play the music, I can't hear the music. So
really? Well, I can fix that. I didn't know.
Yeah. So I'm singing without, you know,
I don't think it would matter, Tony. You're not a good singer, you know?
I'm a damn good singer.
Well, compared to what?
Compared to, the people next door here.
We got to come up with a fun, like, performing name for you. Like, what is your stage name going to be? I think even though we're not doing rap anymore, I think it needs to be rap inspired. Cause even if we're just going with country music, we could still pay homage to your rap days, give you a street name, a hip hop name for Atlanta.
Yep.
For the ATL. What do you think your rap name should be?
I don't know. See, I need to think about it.
You know what? One of the things is a lot of people put like big, like BIG, or they put, Lil, Lil, like little. What about Lil Dong?
How about Lil Slapdick MJD?
What's wrong with Lil Dong?
No, nothing.
I mean,
unless you got one,
here's what I'm
then
saying.
there's plenty of wrong with it.
No.
Okay.
I just think it would be great if you would be like, hey man, you gonna try that Lil Dong? You heard that new Lil Dong? Man, you got that new Lil Dong? Where you at on that Lil Dong?
Yo.
Oh man.
One Hard just got his big old dong pedigreed. Yo.
You think Owen had a big one?
I don't know. I didn't walk around the locker room and look.
Well, you just said his big old dong.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard one story about Owen's dong, but you
I
just
never said that. I saw more baseball dongs than I did wrestler dongs.
Oh my God. This is very uncomfortable. We were just make believing, and then you just went into like true confession mode.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen a lot of baseball dong. Famously on the show, you've told us before that one player in particular had a special talent.
Yes. You've gone into Costco, you've gone into Sam's Club. Heck, you've gone into Walmart and you've seen these big glass containers of cheese balls, right?
Yeah.
Big one.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a player that would use his penis.
Whoa.
It's very long and large penis.
Sure.
And someone would throw the cheese balls at him and he would knock them to the other side of the clubhouse with his penis as a bat. It was quite a trick. Quite a trick. And I was very envious of that.
I don't even know what to say right now.
I don't, and I always, I was envious of that, but I always was worried about the clubhouse guy and the clubhouse attendants who had to pick up those cheese balls afterwards.
You didn't go eat them?
No. The guy just slapped him off the end of his dick across the room.
Klondike. But what do you think of Dustin Rhodes here in full drag?
Love Dustin.
with a leather thong. What do you think?
Love.
Luna Vachon eating the flowers. That's probably what it's like when you used to bring Lois flowers.
Wasn't Luna Vachon one of the most unique ever?
Absolutely.
I mean, just look at this, man. Just
Do you think,
Ranger and 2 eyes, Andy Warhol original.
you think
She's something
Klondike-
from a horror movie is what she is.
Do you think Klondike Bill would have wanted her to dirty talk in that voice?
Oh boy, would he ever?
He probably would have been into that.
He'd have made sure that she had to wrestle like a 20-minute match first. Then he'd been into it.
Well, he probably wouldn't have been into Sable, but everybody else was, especially Vince McMahon and Vince Russo. The rumor and innuendo is that they were infatuated with her, and they were looking for any sort of weird situation they could put her in where she would be more scantily clad. And, man, a lot of jiggle there. And, so that's what's coming up here. This is going to be a bit of a mixed tag. Got Marc, Mero, and Sable taking on Goldust and Luna.
Well, Marc Mero had a very Macho Man Randy Savage look, didn't he?
How so? He didn't have the monkey hair.
No, he didn't have the monkey. I was talking about with the glasses and the do-rag on and everything.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. It made him, look at Russo in the ring, man.
Yep.
Helping her up. Yeah.
Of course he is.
Mm-hmm. See, when I first glanced at that, I'm thinking, what's Randy Savage doing? Like, oh, it's Mero. It's not Savage.
How about this outfit that your boy Dustin's rocking here? I feel like you would be comfortable in that outfit.
I would be.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Since I get to work with Dustin a lot now, I always loved him, but I love him even more now than ever. Because here's a kid that, I mean, he's got quite a story.
Oh, absolutely.
He really has quite a story. By the way, if I can plug another podcast here, I will.
No.
Okay. We're going to talk to him on AEW's Unrestricted. And it was one of the more revealing that the stories about him I didn't know. And anyway. Who we got here at ringside? That's Vinny Pandazzini. Hey, Vinny, who you knocked out and how much they pay you?
You have no idea who that is, do you?
And don't give a fuck. How's that?
I love you. What do you think of Sable's outfit here?
Yeah, she's rocking.
Need like that.
See, there's a with those shades and that do-rag, it's just kind of macho man-y. She is now Brock Lesnar's wife.
Lesnar, listen to you. Yeah.
So she is Sable Lesnar.
Lesnar is the way you pronounce her name. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Sable Lesnar.
By the way, we should mention, Vinny Paz, 50 wins, 10 losses, lots and lots and lots of victories under his belt.
Yeah. How many times on those 10 losses, how many times was he paid to fall down?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I know Roger Mayweather, beat him back in 88 at Caesar's Palace. Of course, we just lost Roger. You have no idea what I'm saying about any of this, do you?
No, I don't. I do not follow boxing at all. I came to your house and I saw those two guys fight, and it was entertaining.
You didn't even know who that is, do you?
No, but the big ball-headed guy.
Yeah, Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury is an entertaining fucker, man. Anybody who will come to the ring singing Patsy Cline's Crazy and then have everybody sing Bye Bye Miss American Pie at the end, that guy's got some entertainment value, buddy.
Vince surely recognized it, which is why he had him as one of the featured attractions in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Because he's a genius.
No argument on this one.
This match, by the way, gets 3 stars.
It's because Dustin can work, and Dustin, as we're seeing right here, has one of the better working punches in the business.
9 minutes and 11 seconds is what we got on this one. By the way, I'm working on a song for next week. I'm pretty excited to have you do here on the show.
All right.
It's Garth Brooks.
Oh, no, don't do that.
You love Garth Brooks.
No, I don't. Not at all.
Well, you got one.
No.
Instead of Friends in Low Places, it's called Ratings in Low Places. Starts like this.
Okay.
I blame it all on Rousseau, but I ruined Nitro. Our ratings were never so low. I was the last one to know, the last one to show. Hell, I was surprised anyone was even there. There you go.
Okay. That's probably the only Garth Brooks song that I've listened to and I like.
Of course, because you've been a degenerate your whole life. You love Low Places.
Not my whole life.
Oh, when you started riding
Part of my
roads
life,
with
I've been
Klondike Bill, y'all were chewing parking lot panties and getting up Cherry magazine.
Yeah.
See girls spread their buttholes.
Stop.
Y'all were into some weird shit, man.
See, you're.
You told me once that you guys used to pay girls to like shits on glass coffee tables.
He did.
Okay. That's weird.
Not
dude.
me.
You don't get that that's weird?
No, that is weird, but you're putting me into that. I tell those stories that people have told in the backstage area of wrestling back in the 60s and 70s. And then you put me into it like I was a part of it.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can say to that is, you a lie. You a fucking lie.
Boy, that's hurtful.
Yeah, boy, is it ever. Oh.
LowestRules.com is where you can get some of these great shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a bunch of new ones over there we haven't been talking about enough, but LowestRules.com is where you'll be able to pick those up. What's your favorite new shirt over there?
I like the me thumbs up and rarely squeezed.
Yes. So Orange Cassidy inspired.
Yeah.
Rarely squeezed orange Schiavone. We've also got the Piggly Wiggly inspired hog watching. We've got rat soup eating motherfucker. Dave Silva is dead to us. Whitney protection program. First you get the chicken, then you get the dickin', KFC inspired. I'm a weird guy. We should buy that for Weird Louie. Tony Schiavone Bay. Inspired by the NWA Power logo. It's WHW Monday. We've got another one with Tiny. It's corn cobs and creek detergent. You will lie. 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 Silva Plumbing. Let Dave take a crack at it. I want that goop. Butch Reed, bitch, BRB. Boop and Tussle, Butch Reed Facts. You might be a Twitter dumbass. Schiavone IPA, Batwingin', I Love Ramp. Butch Reed was over in Florida. A cat couldn't scratch it. Tony's lame ass seafood. Of course, hand turkey dicks. Got a big pita. And the 2 newest ones, Tony, Big Peck, Schiavone, and Waka Boom. Apparently your catchphrase that you've never used on the show, but rarely squeezed Orange Cassidy is the low key winner of it all. But I got to tell you, I think Whitney is a big fan of the Whitney protection program. We even sent her some of those.
I hope she doesn't do a video or 2 with them on.
I didn't send you those.
No, no.
I kept those to myself. She did DM me, over the weekend. She said, LOL, thank you for the shout out again. I cracked up at, if you want to lose your job immediately, follow Whitney on Twitter. Of course, we're talking about at Whitney Wright X. And if you'd like to get a divorce and or fired, be sure to pull that up.
Or pull that out.
Well, that's the trouble. If you pull it up, you might be pulling it out.
Yep.
Although since she's quarantined, I don't know that she's going to be able to, I think that industry shut down too. No high spots over there.
Oh, I'm sure. I would think that anything that like that would be shut down. Look at this, man. I can see why this match is good. Is he going to try a crossroads on him? No, look at that. Oh,
but it wouldn't Doggy Style be considered Corona safe?
I don't know. I haven't seen the list of Corona safe moves.
Did you see over the weekend, Game Changer Wrestling did a bit of a fundraiser, and they had Jimmy Lloyd taking on the bad boy Joey Janela in a social distance rules match?
No.
Yeah, they stood 6 feet apart from each other and
took bumps.
Yes.
Well, pretty fucking funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Speaking of that, hey, you're our new LD, not Larry David, but Lil Dong. Lil Dong, what are you thinking about the new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I haven't seen it yet.
Fuck yourself.
Okay.
You love that show.
I did.
Why are you going to talk about politics again?
No. But yes.
Jesus.
Here's what I'm going to say. I heard it was very political. And if a show is very political, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a very political show. If someone gets up here on and rips the Democrats on their show or rips the Republicans on their show, I don't want to see any of it. None. Don't want to see it. Anyway, pretty good match going on here. Marc Mero doing a pretty good job.
You think he's a Democrat or Republican?
Yeah, no.
Why do you keep talking about politics on this show?
I don't keep talking about. I'm anti. Look at this, Luna, man. Luna on the back. Luna on the back. Luna, tag her ass in. Here we go. Oh, she's gonna go for the cover. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Hey, what the fuck? Now Luna gonna come off. Hey, I told you go back. Okay. 1, 2. You better do it quickly. Oh, that was kind of a, it was kind of clunky, but they got it down. Holy shit. Power bombed her.
Sable bomb.
That was pretty fucking good. Of course, she's in there with a vet too. Who can help her take that power bomb. Wow. Fans are into this one, aren't they?
Sable was over, son. Look at the crowd.
Yeah.
People love her.
So how long had she been in the ring by this time? A couple of years, maybe a year?
Couple weeks.
And she got over that quickly.
Yeah. This is probably her first match.
Well, again, she was absolutely gorgeous. And, I remember, back when she was just Marc's wife in the backstage area, wasn't really talkative, didn't have that much of a personality. Look at that, man. Holy shit. And she got the win. And then after she went through their Sable period, I got to meet her and her personality just blossomed. I think this did a lot for her as far as bringing out her personality and she was just absolutely gorgeous too, wasn't she?
Sure.
Stunning. She was stunning. Just absolute beauty.
Did you get a chance to watch WrestleMania 30 over the weekend when it was streamed on ESPN?
No, I did not.
Why not? There's no other sports on. Why not watch a little wrestling?
Because I've got a lot of shows that I'm streaming and watching them.
Tell me about them. I want to hear about them.
Picard.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Hey, fuck you.
God damn. You won't watch Larry fucking David, the comedic genius of our time, but you'll watch this bald fuck walk around here going with his fucking fingers in a weird formation. Stupid shit.
You are. I'm watching the Mandalorian again.
Oh my God.
Second time through.
Damn it.
Okay.
That movie was cool in 85, but we get it. The car flies. It goes back in time. I'm over it.
I'm also watching Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars, which is an animated series. Watching that.
I'm just curious, when you're watching this, do you go make yourself some fucking Kraft macaroni and cheese?
Well, no, but that's a hell of an idea.
Fucking loser.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
I can't believe we're friends and you're watching this shit.
I can't believe you're not. I can't believe that you do not like sci-fi. It just blows me away.
Because it's terrible.
No, it's because you fuck you.
Okay.
Boy, Shamrock going up against The Rock.
Yeah, Rock versus Rock.
Wow.
The versus Sham.
I love that logo. Didn't you? That like scratch that you see in the bottom left of the screen.
Yep.
I thought that was such a fucking cool logo.
How about, there he is, Colonel Robert Parker, Mr. Big Dong himself.
Tennessee. They call me Tennessee Lee. Yes, if I had some Blue Chew, I could reach right there as they're walking in.
I was told that the reason he was named Tennessee Lee is because he had a tattoo on his Peter meat.
Really?
Yep.
Here's one of your favorites.
Absolutely. Mr. Fast Forward Button himself and Jennifer Flowers. A lady known for sucking dick and a guy known for matches who suck dick. Suck Dick Jones. Here we go.
And speaking of dicks.
By the way, I guess we should remind everybody, we're just busting balls on Jennifer Flowers. She's an American singer, model, and actress. And she revealed that she had a sexual encounter with the president.
And she's making the most of it here, isn't she?
Yeah. I mean, listen, good for her.
Yeah, she really is.
Good for her.
We're talking good for her. We're talking about the 90s, which was the Bill Clinton era. And she was very, very, she was very much in the news. And Vince, being the genius he is, taking advantage of it. And she took herself a payday for it. Did she get inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Of course not. What would she be in the Hall of Fame for?
I don't know. Why would Pete Rose be in there? Or why would...
Are you serious? You haven't seen enough of this to know. Pete Rose has been a part of a bunch of WrestleManias. Jennifer Flowers did this one thing. This was all a mistake. And by the way, these are great guys we're talking about. Jeff Jarrett is one of the most charming dudes in the history of wrestling. But if we didn't give him shit, it means that he wouldn't be our friend.
That's right. One of our favorites.
And Tennessee Lee, well, everybody knows he's got his own jump rope academy.
Yes, he does.
Parker's Jump Rope Academy is a shirt available now at lowestrules.com. And don't forget, when you get a shirt there, they send it to you. Of course, we get that question a lot on Twitter. Hey, does Tony still call people when you buy a shirt? No, we haven't said that for, I don't know, a long, long time. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Tony's a big TV star now. So he has to do television production meetings on Tuesday. Then he does a live broadcast on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then he flies home on Thursday and does some pre-tapes. And then he'll go
I write on Thursday and do pre-tapes on Friday.
Yeah. And then you sometimes on Saturday and Sunday, you have to go do last minute touch-up things. So you are on call 24/7, an indentured servant to Mr. Cody Rhodes, just cranking out all the great content that we could ever need for AEW. So in his free time, he no longer has, he cannot call and thank you for buying a shirt, but if you order one at lowestrules.com, they will send it to you, albeit eventually. I'm pretty sure that Pro Wrestling Tees is classified as non-essential business and as such is not open.
Really?
How about this, dude? Oof. The Rock turning his back on the leader of the Nation of Domination, Mr. Farouk Assad. And so now they're going to be a bit of a jockeying for position about who is the real leader of the Nation.
Very cool. This was in Boston at the Fleet Center, I guess.
That's exactly right. And you'll see The Rock there has the Intercontinental title. And this will be one of the last appearances we get of it. The very classic Reggie Parks designed Intercontinental title. I think it's my favorite version of the Intercontinental title, but it's not going to last. They're going to redesign it and go with an oval shape from Joe Marshall instead.
I think I've asked you this before. Is Reggie Parks still with us?
Yes, he's very old, but he's still with us.
Yeah. Is he still doing any designing, or is he? Tell you, man, I would fucking Ken Shamrock, man. Talk about a scary fucking dude.
Should have been a top guy, man.
Oh, scary fucking dude. Look at this. Look at the velocity of his punches and his kicks. Shit.
Everything looks real because it is.
It is. Man, and that fucker came to the ring. I'd probably poot in my pants a little bit.
You'd poot in your pants?
Yeah, if I was the opponent.
When was the last time you shit your britches for real?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. So you think haha, funny. A guy who's a little bit older than you. And
No. Everybody shits their pants, bro. Everybody shits their pants.
Yeah, but people in their 60s shit their pants more than most.
Oh, do they really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Now, let me ask you this. What's your poop schedule like these days?
Daily.
Well, I got that, but we've had this discussion recently in my house. There's morning poopers. There's midday poopers.
I'm a night pooper.
Okay. So you poop right before bed or just after work?
Probably right after dinner.
Okay. So you're like a 8 o'clock pooper?
Yeah. And you see, and the reason I poop every day is because I do eat hummus, which is is full of fiber and a natural laxative, unlike Ric Flair, who just shills hummus, probably never ate hummus in his fucking life.
I don't know about that. Rick fills up his Ferragamos with poop every now and again. So he may be eating hummus more than we think.
Okay. Fuck, look at, man. Shamrock. Holy fine fuck.
I wonder if that whole Nature Boy walk was really because he was trying to hold the load in.
It could have been.
I didn't really think about that until just now. It's possible, I guess.
You know what the fans are doing? The fans are kind of like in shock. They're like, fuck, Rock is really getting his ass beat.
Well, no. Hang on now. Rock's not a big star here. Rock debuted in November of 96. He's still not a big star. He won the Intercontinental title for the first time, probably 2 or 3 months after he debuted. 3 months after, fans were not with it. They started to boo him. Eventually he got injured, came back from the injury and turned heel, and he started to come into his own, but he's still trying to establish this Rock character.
Right.
So he's not the big bona fide star just yet. Obviously you can see that it's coming, but it hadn't happened just yet. And Shamrock at this point is the world's most dangerous man, according to ABC. And people know he's got very legitimate. Oh, and look at this. One of the very first people's elbows that we're going to see on a big pay-per-view like this. There it is. It's funny because he did that trying to be silly on a house show, and the guys thought it was hilarious. He did it to crack them up, and he kept doing it, and it fucking got over. So sort of like our show, I guess.
Mm. Well, that's, you know what, back then, and I guess still today, but more back then, that's where you learned your craft, man. House shows. That's how you tried things out, see if you liked it, if the boys liked it, if the people liked it. And that's how you develop things. It's different now. And Shamrock is just so jacked. Fuck. Legs, quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes. Oh,
I don't know why, but you going glutes made me laugh. Glutes.
1, 2. Oh, and he kicked out from the chair shot. Look how Rock. Oh man, when he kicked out. Oh, Rock oversold it. Beautiful. Hey, this is a pretty damn good match.
Yeah, it's only going to go 449 too, so they're getting a lot of their shit in fast.
Yeah. What are they? How many stars did the world's greatest observer?
1.5 stars.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he must not like these guys. That's the one thing, you know, I like Dave. I really do. We give him a lot of shit on the show.
How about
and a lot
that,
of it is deserved.
How about that fucking chair shot, dude?
Yeah.
The more angles they show of it, the more crazy it gets.
Right. What I'm saying is that I think many times he's let his personal feelings about a person really, what the hell happened?
They're saying Shamrock won.
Oh, they just gave up. He tapped out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
anyway, I think he lets his personal feelings influence how he rates a match, and he shouldn't.
Shamrock is not going to win the the Intercontinental title though, because of the chair shot.
There was a disqualification before then.
It was
Mark
then announced the decision was reversed due to Shamrock putting the hold on after the match. So yeah, it wasn't the chair shot. It was the fact that he went back to it. They DQ'd it and reversed the decision. So The Rock leaves with the title here. And look, there's Ron Simmons. And the Rock's reaching for him. And remember, this is the guy who just hit him in the back with a chair. So now Simmons looks to the crowd as to say, what should I do? Should I save Rock? Nope. He's out of here.
I think he popped him the bird, and good job of not seeing it. Flipped him the bird.
Who would you rather fuck with in a real fight, Ron Simmons or Ken Shamrock?
Oh my God. I would just probably soon kill myself before it happened. I think probably I would, I hate to say this, but I'd probably rather fuck with Ron Simmons. I don't want to have a fucking thing to do with Ken Shamrock, man. Who's coming? Is that Briscoe or is that Shane? I can't tell from this angle. There's Pat Patterson.
These are just extras to take bumps, bro.
Mm-hmm. But the guys in the suits.
That's Pat Patterson.
Yeah, but is that Shane McMahon in the gray right there?
I don't know who that is. It's not Shane McMahon.
Okay.
I'll have to ask Bruce.
Oh yeah, okay, that's not. I don't know who that is. Just another extra.
Yeah, that's another Mark.
Mm-hmm. Don't give Pat Patterson. Don't give it to Pat.
There's Briscoe.
Yeah.
Briscoe would have fucked Shamrock up.
I don't know if he would have, but he would have given it a shot. Yeah. Gerald Briscoe's afraid of nothing.
That's what I was going to say. It's funny. I was talking to him the other day and I was like, he's old. So I'm checking on him. I'm like, how you feeling? Yeah. I'm fine, Conrad. I'm not worried about this damn corona. And he laughed when he said it. And I said, why is that? And he said, hell, if it tried to come in my door, it'd turn around and leave. It knows better than to fuck with me. Don't nobody fuck with me down here.
Some great personalities through the years, and he's one of them.
Next up, we got the New Age Outlaws. Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Badass Billy Gunn, and they're going to be taking on Terry Funk, Chainsaw Charlie, and Cactus Jack in a dumpster match for the tag titles.
Damn. That's some Vince Russo booking right there.
Dumpster. Here we go.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm excited about next week. We're going to be reviewing WrestleMania 6. It was your only WrestleMania that you were up there for.
Second, I was up there for 2.
Sorry. Your last one.
Mm-hmm.
You were there for the best 2. We're going to do that one next week here on the show. And it's coming to you on April Fool's. Now, I'm not telling you that we're setting up an April Fool's joke. We're not. I'm just telling you WrestleMania 6 comes out on April 1st. Now you can get it early. If you join us on Patreon, you can get it on Monday, March 30th. That's the reason we're still called WHW Monday. Go to patreon.com/WHW Monday. And that's where you can get the show early, ad free, and some extra bonus content. I think over the weekend you popped up another edition of Living with Lois.
Yeah. Probably one of the best ones ever.
I've seen a lot of good feedback about that on the Twitter machines.
Yeah. Good stuff. And, our thanks to Dogg for helping me out with that, because I don't know what he does for a living. Do you know what he does for a living?
I do. And I'll tell you off air, but I'll tell you this. I've been trying to get him to do stuff with us full time, and he's just hesitant. I think it's because he's a goddamn Canadian.
Well, everybody's got a price,
but he's fucking awesome at everything he does.
He is one of the most talented men. With him in videos and Dave Silva in graphics, can you beat that team?
No. And here's the thing too. We know with Chris McDonald, he can definitely reach his penis, which is not something that we're convinced that Dave Silva can actually do.
Yeah. I remember especially backstage at Starrcast when we were in Vegas, and Silva's on his laptop and Chris McDonald's on his laptop, and I'm looking at those two and thinking, wow, talk about a talented duo. Talk about a badass video here. Well done.
Yeah. Play a little audio here.
Golden Gloves 3 years ago.
I was a national champion at the University of Miami.
I was the Ultimate Fighting Champion.
When you step through those ropes, bad things do happen.
Had over 200 stitches.
I've suffered a dozen concussions. I've separated shoulders. I've blown out knees.
Still got up.
This is who I am.
This is what I do.
I'm not really an athlete.
This isn't real.
Try lacing my boots.
Great stuff, man. Chill bump level shit, dude.
Attitude Era coming up, man. In its infancy. Oh, by the way, speaking of Badass Billy Gunn, another plug for another podcast. AEW Unrestricted. The Billy Gunn episode has downloaded, and it is one of my favorites.
What's your least favorite one, Tony?
I don't have a least favorite one. I like them all.
You fucking shill.
Yeah. I like everything that we've done here.
No, I'm just saying.
Especially the Steve Austin version one.
You're over here fucking that's a lie. You're over here fucking with my family about being a shill for hummus. But yeah, you're like, oh, I love all the podcasts I've done with all AEW. They're all great. None of them are bad.
They're not.
Shit.
Don't shit me.
I heard one of those motherfuckers was so terrible it was compared to public radio, the skits on Saturday Night Live. Not the funny ones like Sweaty Balls, just like awful. Capital A. Not because of Aubrey, not because of the guest, but because you, in typical Tony fashion, Schiavone it.
Oh, fuck you. You're wrong, and that's you a lie.
You a Lie is a shirt available now at lowestrules.com. And don't forget, when you pick up a shirt at lowestrules.com, you get a shirt.
Shill.
Yeah, I'm trying to make you money. One of us has got to. If it was up to you,
money.
We'd click.
You get part of that money. So, okay.
Now.
Full disclosure.
Now.
Get part of the money. Now. That's right.
Not back when I was helping pay for your goddamn daughter's wedding and you didn't come to mine.
What do you mean help and pay? You paid for it.
Hey, don't you get in a motherfucking contest with me, because I'll just start motherfucking myself and throw you way off kilter. It's like in that cartoon I watched as a kid when I'd say yes, no, and then I would say no, and then you'd say yes, and I win. I gotta play this. I gotta play this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the World Wrestling Federation proudly brings to you its WWF Tag Team Champions of the World, the New Age Outlaws, the Road Dogg Jesse James, and Badass Billy Gunn.
So here we go. Quite the intro from the New Age Outlaws. Billy has a shirt on that says badass in front with an arrow pointing to his face, and nice ass with an arrow pointing down to his butt cheeks on the back. I feel like we need one of those shirts. Of course, we've got other great shirts available at lowestrules.com. And don't forget, when you go to lowestrules.com, you get a shirt. How great is Road Dogg shirt? Look, Mom, no curse. The wrestling business, everybody knew sort of behind the scenes, there was an Armstrong family curse where some of the best wrestlers around, I think Arn Anderson is convinced that Brad Armstrong is top 5 greatest wrestlers he's ever seen, but he never really got the big push. And a lot of people said, well, that's because of the Armstrong family curse. So here we've got an Armstrong on pay-per-view as a champion. Look, Mom, no curse. Pretty good stuff.
That is good stuff. Kevin Sullivan agrees.
Absolutely.
Wow. So the idea of this match is you get thrown into the dumpster, you lose, right? I guess
we're going to find out.
Okay. Terry Funk, man, you couldn't, you'd have to drive a stake through his heart.
A stake through his heart. Man, I tell you what, Kevin Sullivan is all about this show.
I know, man.
Having a big time in the crowd, enjoying this one. It makes sense too, because we're in Boston. He had a number on the Sox.
Let's hope the Sox can start playing again.
So if anybody can start playing again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm confident it'll eventually come around, aren't you? It'll be slow, but it will.
Yeah, it'll be fine. By the way, this goes 10 minutes, 1 second. Meltzer would say Funk wrestled as Terry Funk instead of Chainsaw Charlie with no reason being given. Not much wrestling, but it was a typical gimmicked brawling match with some creative spots. Jack did a somersault off the apron into the dumpster. Although the spot was too slow in being set up, Funk was put in the dumpster first. Of course, there's going to be an ECW chant here.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets 3.25 stars.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, I don't know if that bump was supposed to happen like that. Cactus just took a fucking bump on the side of the... Fuck. Well, what does he care, right?
No, dude, that dude just threw caution in the wind.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Hey, have you seen his houses for sale?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that to me on one of our Patreon bonus contents. Does it have tables that you can fall through?
No.
Oh, back body drop.
But it is available. It's listed for sale if you'd like to get it. And it's not being hidden that it's his house. It's in Smithtown, New York. If you'd like to take a look, it's being promoted as celebrity pro wrestler Mick Foley's idyllic waterfront retreat with a new wraparound Trex deck with panoramic views from every room. What? You know what?
That Russian leg sweep with his head up against the fucking... Jesus Christ almighty, buddy.
Dude, you got to go see this house. They took a picture and they promoted Mick Foley's Santa Claus room.
Are you, that's in New York State?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you licensed in New York State?
No.
Okay.
Almost all the others though.
I was thinking that 1.5 million, what would the mortgage payments be?
Well, it's 1.25 and your conventional loan limit's 510. So you'd be in a jumbo loan unless you put like $750 down.
$750,000 down?
Yeah. I mean, you'd be in that ballpark down, or you could do a jumbo loan, which, you know, you could probably get away with just putting like 10% down, 125 G's.
Mm-hmm.
Pocket change for people like you, Tony.
Mm-hmm. If that's what you think.
What do you think your house is worth these days?
My house is worth like last time I checked, it was like 550, 525.
And what'd you buy it for back in 1984?
189.
Dude, you've done well, huh?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I got it at a good time.
Hell yeah, you did. It'd probably be worth more now that people can see the floor and stuff.
And see the countertops.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was in the kitchen or just, you know, like a landfill.
Yeah.
Looked the same, smelled the same. I didn't know.
Oh man. I'm going to walk downstairs. I'm going to say, is this a kitchen or a goddamn landfill?
Well, I'll make sure that the sheets are changed on the upstairs bedroom here at the mother-in-law suite at the Conrad Addison.
Yeah, do that today.
Yeah, you're going to need it.
No, you know, during this time when you spend more time in the house than you do outside. I mean, Lois and I did go grocery shopping yesterday, and everybody ran from us because they're saying, "Oh, senior citizens, they got it. Oh, run!" No, we went, and so we don't. We used to, you know, go out and eat in restaurants and restaurants.
No, restaurants. We like that better.
We don't really do that now. We still eat. Well, as you'll see by the next installment of Living with Lois or Life with Lois, if you're on Patreon, that we do go through drive-thrus a lot. And but what I'm trying to get at is that I think it's helping bring people closer, or maybe tearing them apart. I don't know. It depends on your outlook in life, but
is it true that
it's helped our marriage? Put it that way. It really has.
So you've been putting some miles on it?
No. Not everything is sexual, knucklehead.
No. I'm talking about your new car, your new Ford Explorer.
Okay.
God damn it.
No, we sit down and we watched a movie together at the house here last night, and we haven't done that in a long time.
I got a great one to recommend for you.
Okay.
The Banker.
Oh, The Banker. Is that with Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, I saw it this weekend. It was good.
Okay. We watched Judy.
I'm not watching that. Have you seen Parasite yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's remarkable.
Yeah. I hate to have to read shit.
Have you seen The Hunt yet?
I've seen Hunters.
No, this is, it's funny because I saw a promo for this a couple of weeks back, and Clint from Hershey was over, and he said, Hey, I bet you're going to go see that, aren't you? I said, man, I haven't seen anything about it. What's it about? He said, well, it's where people like you hunt people like me. And I said, hunt? Hunt? He's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, I'm in. When does that come out? So I saw it. It's great, man.
All right. Any other recommendations of movies? While we obviously, I guess I don't know what the object of this match is, because we've seen guys in the dumpster, and it's pretty fucking crazy though. That's a swing and a miss.
They're doing a little hardcore wrestling here.
Yeah, they are.
And by the way, they're doing the best they can to not be like shitty ECW style rip off stuff. You ever want to powerbomb Terry Funk in a dumpster?
The fuck? Russian leg sweep. Come on, throw him head first to the dumpster. You got to, buddy.
You got to.
Yeah, you got to. You're going to have to. Well, throw him head first into something else. They're going to do a run and start with him. Or they're going to go up the aisleway here. No. Okay. Phew. And we switch to our cameras in the back that just happen to be there. 3, 2, 1. Are you back there? Yeah, take a crouch shot. Get the cameras back. Get the camera back. You back there? I'm keeping it. I'm on a crowd shot. Are we ready? Or where are they? Is it lit? Are you there? Let's wipe to it and take a look at some replays again while this is happening.
Hell of a bump.
It was a hell of a bump.
We're going to show it from every angle too, man.
Yeah,
I need you to get some boots like that, like Cactus is wearing. Wear those around the house.
Meanwhile, we finally got a camera in the back. This is, the Madison Square Garden had an iconic shot, that backstage area.
Yeah.
And you always knew it was there.
Yep.
This is a brand new building, so who knows where they are.
They're in the Fleet Center, backstage.
I know. They're back in catering, it looks like.
Not far from it, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, right into the Powerade. Of course, if this was WCW, it would have been into the Surge.
Now, of course it would have been.
Oh, there's Surge over there right now.
Oh my God. Go pick it up. That's my drink. Go pick it up. Take care of it. Boom. Holy shit. What a chair shot.
Crowned him for real, son.
Holy shit. Billy Gunn.
Double arm DDT on to the pallet. And now look at Terry Funk. He knows some things too about forklifts. Here we go. Throws the other one on. They raise them up. Process what we're watching right here. Terry Funk is about to dump the New Age Outlaws into a dumpster off of a pallet. Down goes Billy. And the dumpster is shut, and that's it. That's it. Match over. Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, your tag team champions of the world.
You know what we ought to do? They ought to pick it up, put it in the trash compactor.
Coming up next.
That was entertaining.
17 minutes of Undertaker Kane. Way too long. But first, you get to see why Pete Rose is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Okay. I've always wanted to know why. I'm going to find out.
Why he was in before you?
You know, why I'll never get in. That's number one. Number two is
you will get in. You will get in.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
I've told you. I know I've told you the story.
Yeah. That you told the family you don't want to go in.
That's right. If something happens to me, I will never go in the Hall of Fame.
No, you don't have to go along with it. We're going to do it.
No, I don't give a shit if you do it. There'll be a statement released by the family that says he a lie.
No. I'm part of the family.
Yes.
And I've talked to the boys that will still be around, when you, go in, and they're both 100% in. They can't wait to go. So you're going in.
Jesus Christ.
What? You're gonna be really, really excited to go in. Because you want your kids to have fun, right?
I think, people have always asked me who's going to induct you. And my first thought was you, Conrad.
Well, I'm banned. I'm not allowed.
Okay. Yeah, right now you're not. But more I'm thinking about it, more I'm thinking, why not Taz?
Well, he's banned.
He's such an entertaining motherfucker.
Yeah, but dude, he works for AEW. And when you die.
Well, I'm working for AEW.
Yeah, but you're going to go in posthumously. So
okay.
You'll be dead. And then he'll take your job just like he has last week and the week before. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but you've been relegated to Mean Gene duty. The next step is they'll just send you to the town a week ahead of time and you call in like fucking Stagger Lee did.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to be in Salt Lake City. Tell you what, ran into a few Mormon girls down here. Click.
Well, guess what? Through all of that.
What?
Paycheck's the same, motherfucker.
I knew you would say that. I can't wait till they make you be Ricky Ratman and you just go have dynamite parties in some random community college.
Awesome. I'm all into that, buddy.
I know you are. You would fucking love every bit of it. You know what? I'm going to text TK because that's what I call him. You know, we're boys. I'm just going to text old TK and say, hey, got a great idea. Yeah. Why don't we send Tony down to the Sneed State Community College in Boaz, Alabama next week?
Sneed State.
Do a goddamn dynamite party.
No, we got to go to like Ole Miss or LSU or University of Florida where the women are like hot.
No, we're not sending you where the hot chicks are. We're sending you to the Haggard Community College I went to.
Sneed State.
Sneed State, baby. Represent.
Sneed State Sniffers.
What is their mascot for real? I don't even know.
It's a nose.
Fuck off. What is it really?
It's a big nose.
I should know this. I'm trying to find it.
Do you speak at graduation?
Hell no.
You should, because I'll guarantee you're the most successful fucker out of that school.
I got invited to go speak like 10 years ago. That was
you
fun.
should have done it.
I did. No, I did. Yeah.
Oh, you did good. But, you should do it every year. Who else? Who's second on the most successful Sneed State grads? A guy who runs the food court in Boaz.
I think there's a couple guys there who have like a feed and seed store.
There you go.
No, legitimately, I'm probably not in the top 1,000 most successful people who ever went through Sneed State.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember that's been a college since like the 1800s.
Of course it has. Wow. Were they wrestling with red, or is that just?
Yeah, that was a lighting effect at the time whenever Kane would come out.
Okay, and they would wrestle that way.
No. Just promos and whatnot.
Okay, got it. Because we've seen them wrestle in red recently, and it didn't work.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'll listen to you. It didn't work.
It didn't. But look, hey, you got to try something.
Yeah.
You do. You got to try something, and that's what I'm all for. Well, give it a shot. See if it works.
Rarely Squeezed is a new shirt available now at lowestrules.com.
What is it?
Rarely Squeezed.
Okay. Rarely Squeezed.
lowestrules.com. And don't forget, when you order a shirt from lowestrules.com, get a shirt.
We'll send it to you.
They will eventually. I mean, maybe not soon, but eventually. Have you started to nickname the virus anything yet?
No, I'm not. You got a nickname for it?
We're just calling it that Rona around here.
The Rona?
Yeah. And what's funny is like a month ago, before it became the big pandemic here in America that it is, I told Matt Coon he should do like a parody song about WrestleMania being canceled because of coronavirus, and he should do it to the theme song, or not to the theme song, but to the song My Sharona. He thought it was fucking hilarious, but of course we never did it. But
right. Well, when it's all over with, maybe, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, right now it's not funny.
Right. Well, listen, it's funny, but it would be not funny to everyone. People who have, people who have a a fucking rod up their ass. It wouldn't be funny too.
Shit, nothing's funny to everyone.
This is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, setting motherfuckers on fire, bro.
Huh?
Setting them on fire.
Jesus Christ. It's some heavy shit going on here.
You ain't lying.
You ain't lying.
Big story here.
Yeah, these are brothers, right? Eventually,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah. Well, here's what happened. Well, let's take a look at Pete Rose first.
Oh, Pete Rose is going to come here, huh? In here.
Yeah, I'll play a little audio.
The all-time great of baseball.
Are they going to boo him?
Oh, so big.
Future Hall of Famer. Please welcome back to Boston, the Hit King, number 14, Pete Rose.
Number 14 of the Cincinnati Reds, Pete Rose, will be our guest ring announcer here. Wait a minute, did he call him the Hit King? The Hit King. I think the folks in Boston here probably would prefer legendary Ted Williams, but in any event.
Yeah!
That's some
Last
fans.
time I was here, we kicked your ass!
What? That's a way to make friends there, Pete.
You can't win a World Series!
Man! Wow.
My buddy Bucky Dent says hello! You know, I left tickets for Bill Butner, but he couldn't bend over to pick them up. How about it?
Speaking of the World Series and a great tradition here in Boston with the Red Sox.
What do they call it? The curse of the Bambino. Right here. The city of losers.
Easy. King,
How about it?
Did you prep Pete Rose? Well, we did have a couple of photos made before the match.
And now, introducing...
Whoa.
How about that?
It's pretty fucking cool.
It was cool. And by the way, I can't believe that you didn't get the opportunity, you know, when one of the most hotly debated topics in sports for a long, long time has been, does Pete Rose belong in the Hall of Fame or not? Vince McMahon is like, well, goddamn, put him in our Hall of Fame. Yeah. That'll get some news. That'll get some clicks.
No, of course.
But he was actually a contributor too, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
again, it's the, I left tickets for Bill Buckner, but he couldn't bend over to pick them up.
Yep.
That's funny. Funny stuff.
Explain to our non-baseball fans the joke.
1986, Bill Buckner, ground ball, right to him, could have ended the World Series. Went between his legs. Mets won. Mets went on to the next game in the seventh game and won the World Series. Had Bill Buckner picked up that ball, Red Sox would have won the World Series. But of course now, flash forward, the Red Sox have won a number of World Series here recently, beginning in 2004. So there.
There we
Pete.
go. I'll play the audio here.
Pete may think this is fun and games. Wait a minute! But this is how. Oh! Not Pete Rose! Good God! No! That's Pete Rose! That's Pete Rose! Pete Rose just got tombstone!
What a cool WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, I would agree. And I knew as soon as he was healing on the crowd and the lights went out, I'm thinking, yeah.
Here we go. They're going to fuck with him.
Yeah. But then again, one of the great things about wrestling is a lot of times what you expect to happen does, and you get a big get a big wrestling pop because of it. Hey, you know what? Entertaining show here.
Absolutely.
And I can see why WCW wanted Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara. Yeah, that replay showed his. That's all right. That replay wasn't bad. The first one was not good.
What's the weirdest thing you've had to wipe your ass with lately?
Oh, I've got plenty of wipes, Continental wipes.
I'm curious, who put you on that?
I don't know. Was it you?
You don't know who introduced you to wet wiping your dirty asshole?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, you forgot me when you were sending your list of things you were thankful about. I don't know.
Oh, would you stop it? Would you please just stop it? Stop getting the bruised ass.
I wanted to tell you, well, you'll never have a bruised ass thanks to Continental wet wipes, but.
And also, I want to tell you this: if you are hoarding Continental wet wipes, if you're hoarding them, and I can't find when I run out, I'll find you. And you may beat the fuck out of me, but I'm going to get a few licks in.
You talking to me?
No, whoever you are, if you're hoarding Continental wipes.
Just to say, I'm not, because I'm using a bidet. I get that water at my butthole. Anyway, my buddy.
How much those bidets cost?
If you want a shitty one, pardon the pun, you can get them for about $100. If you want the Mac Daddy, you want the Rolls Royce of butthole servicing, it's about $800,000.
And that includes the installation.
Well, the installation, you got to make sure you got power behind your toilet.
In other words, you have to have a plumber come install it for you. Can you do it yourself?
No, you can do it yourself. But
I'm getting them.
You got to be able to plug it in. Oh no, you should, dude. I got 4 here at the house. I think I got 1 at the office now. It's funny because when I put the one in the office, people were making fun and poking and talking shit. Now it's like, who's fucking smart now? How about this Undertaker entrance, dude? Y'all ever have any shit like this in WCW?
Nah, not that I recall.
Just the Kiss Demon.
Yeah. God of thunder, and rock and roll, the spell you're under, will surely rob you of your virgin soul. Here he is, the dead man. Prince of Darkness. Chunka-dunka-dunka. Chunka-dunka-dum.
What a look that is, dude.
That's a great look, although the entrance certainly has changed over time, hasn't it? As far as the entrance
set.
Yeah. So I was going to say ramp, but set. And I like this. I like this a lot better than the big set.
Less is more.
Less is more, because it makes something like this mean more.
A buddy of mine doing a little weekend shopping over the weekend went to Big Lots trying to land toilet paper because his grocery store was out, his Walmart was out, his Target was out. So he's like, maybe nobody's thought of Big Lots. So he goes, and Big Lots put a sign up that says, unfortunately we're out of, and there's a blank line where a worker could write in whatever they're out of with a Sharpie. And they wrote in toilet paper. We're working hard to get more as soon as we can. In the meantime, you could try, and then there's another big blank where the worker could write in another recommendation. And underneath it says, thanks for understanding. Do you want to guess what they wrote in that you could try instead of toilet paper?
Your hand.
Tablecloth. I say this because I had a friend of mine who's been wiping their ass with coffee filters.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever, when you traveled, got one of their wash rags and wet it and wiped your ass with that?
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Because, fuck them.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we got a lot of wash rags here. We'll just wet them down and put them in the wash machine and wash them and reuse them. Fuck.
Well, here's what
having to wipe your ass is not a difficult thing to do. All right. Go in the shower and bend over.
Now that brings a question that we've asked many times here on the show and you would never answer, but since you brought it up, Tony, do you spread your butt cheeks when you take a shower?
Of course I do.
So, I mean, do you use a 1-finger technique, a 2-finger technique? Do you oscillate? Do you pulsate? Is it clockwise, counterclockwise? What's the methodology?
I don't know. I just pull the butt cheeks across and just let it rinse out. And then I take out, I've got a bottle. This is a shoot. I got a bottle of this, crop wash. And that's as much as I'll say, because they got to sponsor us again before I'll say anymore. And I use that and I wash off my balls and my asshole now. With a wash rag. There you go. And now you know more about me than you should have. Let's get to the match where the big boys are going at it. Right and left. Oh, to the midsection. Right hand. To the left. Oh, you got him back. Everything. In a front of flop. And hit him in the jaw. And go for the nuts. Oh, he's going to take the referee apart. No, he's not. Going to go back. Oh, and a big elbow. Oh, my God. The mayor. Oh, my God. A front of flop into the corner.
So here's the backstory.
Okay.
The Undertaker debuted at Survivor Series 1990, and his name was Kane the Undertaker. He was managed by Brother Love. Eventually, they just dropped it to just the Undertaker, and his managerial services would be replaced, his being Brother Love, by Paul Bearer. So at that point, the Undertaker became a heel character, and he would just absolutely destroy everyone, no selling anything, being very methodical with his movements and whatnot. He became world champion, beating Hulk Hogan on pay-per-view. And, obviously he was off to the races. The streak would begin at WrestleMania 7, and it became a whole big thing, and multiple time world champion, including the main event of WrestleMania 13, the year prior to this. Just a real icon, locker room leader, et cetera, et cetera. Then they decided, well, we need to freshen up. We got to have another storyline. We got to have something a little more interesting.
Sure.
So at SummerSlam 1996, Paul Bearer, in the middle of the boiler room brawl between Undertaker and Mankind, Paul Bearer would turn his back on the Undertaker and side with Mankind. So now they're split apart, and you would see Paul Bearer managing Vader and Mankind in various tag matches, but he's really just there with Mankind. Fast forward, and Bruce Pritchard wanted to tell a story about the origins of his brother, his long lost brother, because they had been trying to do whatever they could with Glenn Jacobs, first coming in as Isaac Yankem DDS, the evil dentist. Occupational gimmicks were all the rage. Of course, all of them flopped. Fast forward though, and they gave him an opportunity to be Fake Diesel. Well, Fake Razor washed out, didn't take to it. Fake Diesel did a good job, and Undertaker took a shining to him and said, hey man, you just got to step your game up in these areas and you can actually make a run here. So based on the fact that everybody knew, like, and trusted Glenn, they felt like, hey, this could be the guy to play the Undertaker's brother. So it created the backstory, and here it is. The Undertaker, his parents owned a funeral parlor.
Oh, of course. Why not?
And, they
didn't run a convenience store.
They hired Paul Bearer.
Of course, they would, because he's an Undertaker.
And Paul Bearer used to fuck Undertaker's mom.
Well, wouldn't you?
No, I don't think I would.
Well, maybe if you've seen her, you'd change your mind. Go ahead.
Well, he has red hair, so I doubt it.
Okay.
Anyway.
You don't like red hair?
I'm just saying he fucked the Undertaker's mom. Okay. And one day the Undertaker accidentally, as a little boy, was playing with fire, because that's what little boy Undertakers do. And he burned down the family home, killing his brother and parents all at the same time.
Wow.
So as far as everyone else knows, the Undertaker's parents are dead because he burned them alive accidentally. Yeah. And he accidentally killed his only brother, Kane. Paul Bearer then took Undertaker in to raise and took care of him. But all along, he knew.
Let me ask you, was Undertaker finding Paul Bearer some more pussy since his mom's dead?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead with your story.
Either way, eventually, he started to threaten, I know your secret, and I'm going to tell everybody. And slowly but surely, the Undertaker, who had been feuding with Paul Bearer, had to go along with whatever Bearer said, because he didn't want this information getting out there. And eventually he says, your brother's not dead. He's alive. And fast forward in October of 1997, at the very first Hell in a Cell match between the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, Kane would debut. And here we are. This is supposed to be the big payoff. And of course there's going to be a series of matches that follow this, but the original idea all along was debut him in October and let's march towards WrestleMania. And here we are.
You know what? Not a bad story, really. Not a bad story. Pretty good story. Huh. But Paul Bearer is really the heel here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Son of a bitch.
I mean, I don't want Paul Bearer having sex with my mom. Do you?
No one does. No one does. I would think. Oh, look at that. Yes, I had sex with your mom. Yes, I had sex with your mom. Yes, you burned it down. Yes. Well, you know what? Very interesting story. And the people were into it too, weren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were. So it worked.
No, it got over, man. And what a great guy Glenn Jacobs is.
Never met him, which is one of the things I'd like to do. I really enjoy meeting guys who've been in the business for a number of years that I've never met before. Like when I first got to meet Brody Lee recently.
Right.
Just, it really is a thrill for me. I mean, I really is to meet guys who have put some time in the business. And, you know, I know Brody's he's had his time in the WWE and he's been successful there, but it's good to see him. And man, even though I'm shielding here, even though it was no audience, I thought it was a hell of a moment, man.
Yeah. I think you tweeted out huge pop, even though, you know, that was for Matt Hardy.
Well,
who could tell? Cause no one was there and there was no pop.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a pop. I had a huge pop of my own. Okay.
So you're saying sometimes
in other words, you can be at home and have a big pop. Doesn't have to be a crowd around you. What the fuck?
You just pop yourself?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, when you pop yourself, does anybody else in the room, do you have do you prop up? Do you use a sock or a towel?
Stop.
I don't know.
I shouldn't even have brought this shit up.
When you self pop yourself.
Yeah.
Do you use like a solo cup or what's your strategy?
I don't know. Here, let's get back to the match because
no.
That's a good story here, and you're fucking up a good story.
You told us about how you washed your butthole out.
That's as far as I'm gonna go.
What?
That's as far as I'm gonna go.
About what?
About washing out some shit. Okay. Let's watch the match. Rest in peace. There you go. When you got a 17-minute match, how do you waste some time? Snatch a headlock, front face lock, side headlock, rear chin lock, and just grind down to the mat. Classic strategy. Fans don't like it, but you know, back in the day, Conrad.
Yes, sir.
And this is true. If a heel snatched on a headlock like that, right?
Right.
And every time you come up, if you would pull his trunks and pull him back down to the mat and the referee didn't see it, and you stayed in that thing for like 5, 6, 7 minutes, fans got into it. It just shows you how wrestling fans have changed and how the business has changed. Because, you know, you pull and he's getting up and the motherfucker, he keeps cheating, and it was good. You'd have to go back to that time and been a fan like I was to really appreciate it, but it's true. And it just shows you that today fucking fans wouldn't get into it. Now, you get out of the headlock, you put him on the floor, tope suicida, fans are going to go crazy in today's society.
What are you going to do with the rest of your week besides broadcast Dynamite?
Probably work on the control centers, do some writing. I'm going to be coming to the Conradison very soon.
Oh yeah, we're going to watch WrestleMania together.
Yeah, remember, only 10 of us can watch it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about who else should be on the guest list.
No, here's the deal, okay? In my fucking house, the fucking government's not going to tell me how many people can watch TV in my house.
What?
Fuck them. But fuck them. Okay?
God damn.
In my house, I'll put as many in there as I want.
Trying to keep people healthy and safe.
No, it's forced socialism is what it is.
Oh, geez.
All right, anyway, where were we?
I don't know.
So anyway, we're coming to your house to watch WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to watch the Gronk dance like an idiot.
Boy, if that would have happened on Wednesday, though, you'd have been jacking it off.
I would have loved it.
Of course you would have.
Yeah. I would have had to.
By the way, it's worth mentioning, Gronk is one of my low-key favorite players of all time. It hurt every fiber of my being seeing what happened, and I had to send a friend of ours text, like, how did you fuck this up? One of my very favorite performers of all time. You ruined him.
I have a feeling he freestyled that as he walked out.
Of course he did. You think they rehearsed that shit? Come on.
Anyway, so I'll be coming to the Conradison and we'll be watching it together. And you want to come up with a list of who we want?
Well, Corey, Ryan Forrester.
Oh yeah. One of the funniest men in America, by the way.
There's 3. Cassio, 4.
4.
Judy's probably coming. That makes 5. My wife will be here. That'll be 6.
All right.
Wait, am I in there? So there's me and her, Cassio and his wife, Corey. Yeah. So we're at 6. Okay. So we got 2 more. Dave Silva.
That's 7 and 8. I'm sorry.
I love you so much for that. Well, if he brings Heather, that would be 8. And if they bring their kids, that's 9 and 10. That's it.
That's it. All right. That's what we got. We could now what we could do is we could put 10 in another room, or we could have like one other person and like I could watch a match and then I'd walk out and the other person walk in.
Well, I've got 8 seats in the theater and I've got the 3 bar stools at the bar. So I can get 11 in there.
You're not allowed to.
But you just told me we should do
Alabama State Patrol going to come in, National Guard eventually.
State Patrol. Mm-hmm. You're really nervous about this.
No, I'm not nervous about it. I'm not. I feel great about it.
I can tell in your voice you're concerned.
No, I'm not. I am so happy to be able to come back to the Conradison.
You're always welcome.
I know that. So it's a 2-day thing. So we're going to watch 2 days worth.
If you want to. I mean, you're going to be locked in somewhere. Might as well be locked in the lap of luxury or whatever you call my house.
I call it the Conradison. You've heard of that, haven't
you? Yeah, I have heard of that. But you're always lying to people and saying that it's nice.
I don't lie. You a lie. I don't lie.
You say it's much nicer than it really is. It's just a regular old house, dude.
Okay. You want me to tell the truth about your house?
No, I want you to just shut your mouth.
No,
shut your
I'm going to tell you the truth about your house.
Shut your whore mouth.
I'm going to tell you the truth.
Shut your whore mouth when you're talking to me.
No. Hey. We had a friend of ours.
Oh no.
Okay. Who went into your house.
Oh no.
Who has also worked for the WWE.
Oh no.
Okay.
Don't say all this. Don't say all that.
Oh, I'm telling this. Okay.
No. We're good. We don't do that. Why are you doing this?
I'll just hold on to that story until you make me mad.
No, we're not. No.
Okay. Because you know the story. That's why you're cutting me off.
Because first of all, it's not true.
Yes, it apparently is.
Well, she's a lie.
See, I wasn't even going to say she. I was going to kayfabe that part.
All right. Well, he's a lie.
He's a lie. Okay. Anyway, here comes the Undertaker, and down he goes. This is a long time for this match to go.
Dude, it's so long.
Yeah, but you know what? For two big old guys slugging it out, they're not doing a bad job. And the fans pop when they see that it could be and it is. Wow.
Should have been shorter. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. I agree.
And Lord knows these are both great performers. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been shorter. Should have been shouter.
Tombstone Powder. 1, 2. Oh, he got fucking out of that. And we're like, oh, fuck. Ooh, don't do too many of those, Hulk Hogan. He sets up. Just like his brother.
Absolutely.
Whoa. Oh. Do it again, buddy. Undertaker's trying to kill his own brother. 1, 2. Still only a 2 and got the shoulder up. Pretty good fucking finish, I would think. One of the great things about this angle is that a great guy like Percy had a job.
Yep.
In all this.
Yep.
Because he truly was one of the great guys. I'm kind of getting into this now.
This is more your speed, really. Big guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. You didn't like little guys who wore masks. And I mean, you've told us before you hate Mexicans and things like that.
Keep on. I'm going to blurt that story out here in a minute.
What did I do?
Okay. Keep on telling lies. Ooh, another Tombstone Pile Driver. Keep on telling lies about me, and that story going to come out. You're not going to like it, but it's true. 1, 2. Did he kick out or not? Yeah, he did not.
I feel like you're getting frustrated.
Paul Bear says, I've had enough. It's chair time. Now, down goes the referee. Kick him, kick him, kick him. It's going to have to be a chair shot where he's not going to sell.
Can I just tell you that even though I really have grown to love Glenn Jacobs as a human being and as a friend, I just fucking was not a Kane fan.
Really?
I couldn't get into it. I couldn't. And it hurts Bruce's feelings, but I couldn't. I tried. I couldn't.
I think I could have gotten into it. I could have gotten into this angle. And I guess now, and I think I even knew this, that the reason Kane had a mask on was because the fire disfigured him, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were disfigured?
When I got my earrings put in.
Did you get any real diamonds yet? Or are you still rocking CZs?
Oh, I'm rocking CZs. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff I can piss away my money on than that.
But dude, you're getting all these new whips.
I've been thinking about a tattoo or two.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that before. What's the latest? You've sort of went back and forth on a few different designs.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till this scare is down, and then I'm going to get it.
Well, yeah, I don't think they're essential businesses. I don't even think you can get one right now.
Right.
But when you can, are you going to get one like on your Peter meat, or what are you thinking?
No, I'm going to get one on one shoulder and one on the other.
And what are they going to say?
One's going to say Lois.
Wait a minute now. Mm-hmm. This bitch cleans the house one time and you get a tattoo for her?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
If she cleans it 2 times, I may give her something else.
May do something special?
Lois, I'm going to put that in the dead man set up. What's that sound?
Thought I had something in my mouth. Sorry.
Oh, the dog hair is here, bud. Not there. And then I've got an idea what I'm going to put on the other shoulder, but I'm going to keep that quiet. right now.
What?
Yep.
Wait. You can't do that.
Oh, I can do whatever I want. So
cocky.
to a certain extent, I can.
So cocky.
I can't really walk outside and cough in somebody's face.
You could.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because what'll happen, it wouldn't be something I walk outside here and there, as you probably know, in a lot of the neighborhoods now, people are out walking a lot.
Yeah.
With their dogs. If somebody would walk with their dog in front of my house and I go out and cough in their face, 10 minutes later, there would be pitchforks and torches at my house. This was two big men slugging it out, and not bad at all. Good story.
What's the other tattoo?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna wait till I get it, and then I'm gonna show it to you.
Well, what if you never get it?
Then I won't show it to you.
Are you afraid that I'm going to try to talk you out of it?
No.
Afraid that I'm going to shit on you for it?
Yep.
What if I promise not to shit on you for it? No matter what. All right. How about this? What if every time I shit on it, I have to make another one of your Shelby GT payments? That's a pretty good deal.
I don't have a Shelby GT yet.
But when you get one, I'm going to have to maybe owe you a lot of payments.
Okay. So, look at this, man. How much would payments be on a Shelby GT? $72,000 car.
How much you putting down?
$5,000.
Well, that's basically nothing. All right. 67,000. You going to finance it for 5 years?
Yeah. We're talking about $1,000 there.
I'm going to guess you probably get an interest rate of like 4. You got the good scores. 1233 a month.
Eesh, that's a lot for a car, man.
You trying to get to 1,000?
You sound like the guy that sells me my cars.
No, I'm just saying, if you're trying to get to 1,000, if you could get a 4% rate for 6 years, and you could finance 64 grand, you could make it work.
Okay.
64 grand at 4% would get you right at $1,000.
Not only that, but here's the kicker, man. To fucking be able to, how much you think insurance on that thing would be? Fuck.
No, it'll be good because you've got a sterling record and you're real old.
Okay.
No, seriously, your insurance takes a big, dip when you turn 25, and when you hit 40, it gets cheaper again. So at your advanced age, it's probably very, very affordable for you.
Yeah. Well, I want one. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I want one.
First of all, I don't think you need to be buying a $72,000 one.
Well, you can get them cheaper.
Of course you should. You should get one that's depreciated a little bit. Because here's the thing. If the world keeps coming to an end like it is right now, some of those luxury items are going to become much more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain models. I don't know if you've seen this, but there's certain models you can get 0% for 6 years right now.
Really?
Yeah. So your money's free then. You're still going to take a bath on depreciation, which is why I would still try to find a used one.
But when I buy a car, I don't worry about, I don't worry about what it's going to be worth when I sell it. I'm buying a car just because I want to drive it.
Well, yeah. And you run them till the wheels fall off.
I do.
Yeah.
I've got a BMW Z3.
Yeah. And you've had it forever.
Yeah. It's got 300,000 miles on it and I don't run it anymore. And it's sitting here in the driveway with a cover on it. It's been here for over a year with a cover on it. So this is the Mike Tyson video. Tyson is what? He's a member of Degeneration X.
It's been revealed. He's the special guest ringside enforcer, but now it's been revealed that he's with DX because they had a pull apart brawl the night after WrestleMania, him and Steve Austin. And no matter what they tried to get Mike to say, he would always call him Cold Stone.
Really?
Like the fucking ice cream place.
Cold Stone Creamery Austin.
I hate you, Cold Stone. I'm more of a Baskin Robbins man.
And you are ludicrous.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. The attitude and swagger that Shawn Michaels is about to put on this screen jumps off the page. I think you could take a look and say from maybe September, October of 97, maybe back it up a little bit. We'll go, September 97 through now. I think you could put his performances up against anybody. I'm not just saying in ring, but he did have potentially one of the matches of the year in October at the first Hell in a Cell. Nobody knew what to expect from that. And him and Undertaker just fucking ripped it up. But then he's going to get hurt in a casket match in January. He hurts his back and he's going to work hurt to the point that he misses the February pay-per-view, and he's replaced by Savio Vega. Yeah. Not a suitable replacement, but here he is. But I'm saying the attitude and swagger and demeanor and presence he was on TV, not just matches. We know that Shawn can go, but he's got this defiant, almost rage against the machine. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me attitude. And man, it's just written all over him. When he comes out, it's so intense. You think, man, this is going to be a hell of a match. And it winds up not being the greatest match, but you can see Shawn really wincing and struggling the whole time. But when even the backstage, him and Hunter and Chyna are walking to the ring and you see them in the backstage area before they make the corner, to go, into the gorilla position. What a great shot this is. We'll play a little audio here. Steve Austin making his way out backstage. Dude, what a great fucking entrance. Huge pop.
Wow.
Crowd going bananas. Man, what a big night this is going to be. And little did we know. I mean, we knew he was going to be a big star. We knew he was about to be the top guy. We knew he was entertaining and charismatic, but as awesome as he was not enough yet to take over the lead from WCW. The NWO was just too hot. But on the other channels, man, Goldberg is coming around and starting to warm up, and Sting is still doing the Crow thing, and Hulk Hogan's still with the black and white, the NWO. And oh man, what a big time in wrestling. And it looks like, well, I mean, yeah, he's a big star and he's working with Austin. I mean, he's working with Tyson, but he ain't the biggest star in the business. And he's going to go on to not only be the biggest star in the business right then, but arguably ever. I mean, based on the financials, it certainly looks like when he was hot, nobody was hotter. It's crazy to think about too, with Hulk Hogan having, such a long and storied career, both as a babyface and a heel. All right, I'm going to play the audio here. Look at the swagger, dude.
Wow.
Bruce Pritchard's on the left.
So, Jack Lanza too.
First time, let my good luck shine.
So this is the DX band, or the band that does the DX theme song. They're going to do it live for Shawn, just like they did for Hunter. And man, Shawn flips the switch, and when he comes through that curtain, dude, he is adamant to stick it up everybody's ass, because he obviously feels like, man, the company's moving on without me. I just screwed Bret Hart. My back's giving out on me. My body's betraying me. But he comes out looking like $1 million and intense, dude. What a fucking performer he was. And this is going to be the last time we see him till the summer of 2002. I'm going to play some audio here.
Don't tell me what it's like to be half a man. It must break your heart. See what I am like? That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little baby. Break it down. Degeneration. Degeneration.
Man, what a cool entrance. What a big moment.
Tremendous entrance, man.
It feels like a big fight. It has a big fight feel. You know, you're watching something special. Such a cool moment. And I don't think Shawn gets enough credit. I mean, people often talk about, oh, he's the greatest in-ring performer and one of the all-time greats. And I think a lot of times people look over or gloss over his heel work here. Obviously, he had a great run as a tag guy, tremendous run as an Intercontinental champion, and he was a heel there too. But this sort of edgy adult attitude era heel version of him in those like 6 months, I think is about as good as we've ever seen in wrestling. Not just, you know, in ring, bell to bell, because obviously we've seen great matches before and after that from him. But I'm saying just the look, the swagger, the demeanor, the presentation, the attitude. He really is. And I don't know that me and you've ever talked about this, but, the famous interview where it was a taped show and he stuffed a banana down his bicycle shorts and was crotch chopping JR in the face with it and just being an absolute asshole and not cooperative and not a team player. Vince McMahon would describe it. First of all, he's pissed about it and mad about it because he wasn't at that taping. And then secondly, he would say, God damn, he's showing attitude. That's what we need is attitude. And the Attitude Era was born because of Shawn Michaels' defiant promo. And that's one of the things that's always been so fascinating about wrestling is, I mean, you've sort of talked about this a little bit because we know some of these guys in real life. And we've sort of joked that sometimes, you know, the good guys on TV are not good guys in real life. And the bad guys on TV are the sweetest, gentlest guys, most polite humans ever in real life. But that's what's interesting about Shawn is there's sort of multiple sides of Shawn where there's the guy who his peers respect as an in-ring performer, but they also think he's a douche because he doesn't want to do jobs or he's rude or disrespectful to them. Or, I mean, just look at the way he handled the whole Vader thing in 96. But then at the same time, he's now, you know, a fully, I don't know, woke person. That's probably the wrong phrase, but he's just a more well-rounded, self-aware person. And now he's
more mature.
Absolutely. And it's just, it's cool that you get to see sort of the good, the bad, and the ugly with some of these guys. And all of that comes from wrestling because we've heard, I mean, how many guys say, oh, the Clique fucked me on this. And, oh, he was a piece of shit there and here or whatever, or he was difficult to work with. I mean, even after this, he's going to charge into the press conference, kick the door open while he's in his gear, just cussing and loud and being real loud. And Shane has to come talk to him because he realizes, hey, we've squeezed all we can out of you. We're done. We're on to Steve Austin now. And he feels, you know, like this is not fair. This isn't right. And fuck you guys for doing this, but it's not their idea that his back's out. And
right.
It's a complicated situation and he's a complicated person. And right here, he's over medicated. He's drinking too much. He's taking too many, pills to get through the match, and they're still getting the match in the ring. And that's what they were focused on that weekend is let's just get the match in the ring, to the point that that legend grew so big that there's been a rumor and innuendo that Shawn Michaels, had pissed off the Undertaker to the point that the Undertaker was in the back wrapping up his fists with tape. Like, hey, if you don't go do what you're supposed to do, I'm going to fuck you up. And here he is putting on a performance, gutting it out.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he couldn't walk a few days prior. I mean, a few days prior to this, he's like immobile. They're not sure this is going to happen, but he guzzles some stuff and here we go. But you could just see it all over his face when he came to the ring. Could you not?
Yeah. No, you're right. Fuck. Man, something like that has so many edges on it.
Look at the way he's even walking.
Yeah.
The way he's getting on the stage, the way he's bending over, the way he's walking, you can tell he's hurting. There's a couple of times where he's like leaned over the ropes and there's a camera nearby and you can see he's just cussing to himself. Like, I just got to get through this.
Yeah. Walking slowly, legs far apart, gave himself a wide base.
You can tell he's hurting.
Yeah, you sure can.
But he still does it and goes out and does it. And he's said years later that, you know, he apologized to Steve and wishes he could have given him the match that he really deserved that night, because this is supposed to be a big, proud moment for Steve. And instead of this being, you know, the greatest night in the history of his career, everybody's worried about, is the other guy going to do business? It's not near maybe what it could have been, but it's not like Shawn wanted to be hurt either.
Fuck. Coming off the top, you know, you got a bad back. It's not good, man. You land on your feet.
But dude, look, bumping feet over and over. Didn't slow him down one bit and look, upside down spot on the hurt back. He's giving you everything he's got.
Exactly.
And of course he's in a bad way after this. He doesn't go home and get right, clean and sober right away. He struggles for a long time, has a few run-ins with WWE that aren't always pleasant. Decides to start a little wrestling school with Rudy Gonzalez, and they find a guy named, several very talented performers, but one of which would go on to be Daniel Bryan. And of course, Daniel Bryan, we know now, is one of the biggest stars in the history of wrestling. And Daniel Bryan, like a lot of guys, thought, well, shit, if I want to learn to be a wrestler, let's learn from the best who ever did it. And it's a short list, but Shawn's on it somewhere.
He sure is, man.
It's unbelievable, the sort of backstory of Shawn's career and Steve's career and how different they really were, because, you know, just 5 years after this, and Austin is done, like, for good, forever. And that includes a year layoff with the whole neck thing. But I mean, he finished up in 2003 at WrestleMania. So 5 years after this, he's gone, including a whole 1 year off. So really, there's just 4 good wrestling years left in him. Meanwhile, Shawn takes those 4 years off, comes back in 2002, and fuck, he just worked last year in Saudi Arabia.
Look at that bump again. Fuck, man.
Ping pong ball, man, all over the place for you. Meltzer would say this is basically the match. I don't know if this was in the Observer. I just remember this was basically the match that he had been working with Hunter on the house shows. All right, here's the write-up. Michaels had a ring on a chain around his neck. Apparently he just got engaged to a former WWF seamstress who played the role as the shorter of the 2 women that were chasing Dude Love over the summer, and dedicated the match to Earl Hebner, because of course Earl is the guy who quote unquote helped him screw Brett. But Earl is in a bad way. He's had a medical scare. So good on him to do that.
That's the write-up?
No, I mean, it continued with a breakdown of the match.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So in the course of the storyline here, and I'm not reading, you know, I've got the closed captioning on. I'm not reading everything the announcers are saying. Are they selling the fact that he's got a bad back?
Oh, of course. Everybody knows about it. They've highlighted it. It's been well explained and well documented. Meltzer would say they worked a pretty good pace as the match went on, but Michaels really looked bad, holding his back, swearing, and his face looking as if he was about to pass out.
Yeah, like right now.
Bad deal, but they got it in the ring, made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that that's always been sort of the mantra, you know, of wrestlers is, well, no, you got to make the match happen.
Well, you know what? You know what's a surprising deal when you're telling me all this and we're talking about this, and the fact is that Austin was such a big, big star in a very, very short window.
Yeah.
I mean, take a look at how many years Ric Flair was a big star and Hulk Hogan was. Austin was obviously a big time wrestler and a big star, but his years of being Stone Cold Steve Austin, you think without knowing it lasted a long, long time, but it really didn't.
No.
5 years, right?
Yeah.
So his impact was profound in a short period of time. And you go back and there's a lot of people that say, and I'm one of them, that he's the greatest performer ever, the biggest star ever. He and The Rock. But Jesus, it didn't last long. I think he's opened himself up. Yeah, grabbing the back as he comes in. It's a hell of a WrestleMania, man. It's a good one to watch. I'm glad you came up with WrestleMania 14.
It is a good one to watch.
Yeah.
See Shawn really hurting here. I'm going to play the audio here.
I was hearing that correctly. Michaels holding it.
Saw Michaels mouth, and maybe you heard the whisper when he said, fuck, holding his back. He's in a bad way. Camera picked it up though. And what's funny is, he did have a reputation for being a guy who didn't want to do jobs, and he would rather drop the belt or forfeit the belt than lose it. So he would lose his smile or have a knee injury or whatever. And people were always critical of that, but I don't think there's any disputing that his back is legitimately hurt here.
Hell, that's the fucking story of this match. But now think of it this way.
Look at the squatting down, dude.
Yeah. Think of it this way. Does the fact that we may have talked about it, the fact that his back is so in such bad shape, does that taint the victory by Austin?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You think it does?
I don't know. I mean, it gives him an out. Well, he had a bad back. Maybe, as a heel, you always want an out, right? And shouldn't that have been a disqualification? Did you read recently where Vince McMahon told the referees that if they're counted out, count them out?
Yep.
Wow. Wonder what was behind that.
Well, it's sort of like medical facility.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not.
Vince won't let you say hospital.
Okay.
You're not allowed to say the word hospital.
Didn't know that.
You have to say medical facility. You can't say belt. You have to say championship title.
Okay. All right.
You can't say AEW.
Oh, well, I guess not.
You can't say Conrad. You can't say Tony.
Yeah. You can't say
they're not saying coronavirus.
Yeah, you can't say COVID-19, right?
No. Sort of like there's certain things you can't say on Dynamite, but I won't talk about that either.
Conrad.
Y'all mention me every week.
Gosh,
I'm not
slid in that one night, didn't I?
I'm not banned yet. The day is coming though.
Yeah.
What do you think is,
hey, keep your hand off of him, Tyson. What the fuck? Not having too much, Tyson's not really, having too much impact on this match, is he?
well, he will at the end.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, speaking of the end, have you seen, Vice and their new Dark Side of the Ring season 2?
I have not.
The very first episode aired on the 24th. So if you're listening on Patreon, it's tomorrow night on Vice. If you're listening on the regular release, it happened last night on Vice. It was a 2-hour special, phenomenal work. They released hour 1 on YouTube. So if you don't have Vice where you are, go check out hour 1 on YouTube, but go out of your way to find it, man. Really remarkable stuff. I've had the pleasure of seeing the Brawl for All one and the New Jack one. Just outstanding stuff. These guys have hit a home run. Season 1 was good. Season 2 is better. Big fan. And, I think you would really enjoy this one. I mean, it's hard to say enjoy when you're talking about negative stuff, but it's fascinating stuff, man.
Much like this match is. Come on, punch him, man. I thought for sure Tyson would try to punch him. 2 words. Suck it. Love that.
You need a DX shirt, don't you?
No, I don't.
Wow. Billy Gunn would love it if you wore that.
Yeah. Yeah, he would.
What's that shirt you wear? A large?
XL.
Not for much longer. Thanks to DDPY. All right. I'm finding you a DX shirt.
No, I won't wear it.
I already got it. It's in my buggy. It's in my cart.
Ugh.
Why are you being negative?
I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic.
Why won't you wear it again?
I don't know. You think, do you think that, Michael Cole's wearing an I Heart AEW shirt around?
That's different. You don't think Tony Khan used to watch AEW? I mean, what show are we talking about? You don't think Tony Khan used to watch WWF? He did.
He still does, I'm sure. Or WWE now.
They used to have a shirt from DX that says Vince likes cock. That was a picture of a big chicken.
That's good. What else is good? This match. Not only because we all know how badly Shawn is hurting, but they're both just kind of working fucking hard.
Your suck it shirt will be here.
No, stop it.
What? It's coming from Taiwan. Oh, I don't know that we need to import that one right now.
No, we can't.
Might be illegal, huh?
I want a shirt made in the USA.
Ryan Barkin's closed right now.
Is he?
Well, yeah.
Well, I know his shop is closed. Is his online service closed?
Well, you can still order stuff, but stuff can't come in.
Okay.
I mean, he can't manufacture. His business, he's in Illinois.
Oh, got it. That's right. That's right. Forced socialism in Illinois.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. What's wrong with this world? Wow, hell of a bump up and back.
Oh, he's putting him out with a sleeper hold.
JR has always been obviously an Austin guy. Was he kind of on Austin's side here?
Well, he's cheering for the babyface.
As you should. Oh, no, not a referee bump. No, not no. Oh, no, not again. Oh, 3. Yeah. One more time. Come on, to get a running start and crack the referee's head. Now he's down. I thought Shawn was going to go face first there for a minute. God, he could still take bumps, couldn't he, with a bad back?
Man, he's doing all he can here for him. You know it?
Man, we're talking about, he's got to be thinking, my back is so bad, I'm taking these bumps, I'm being professional. But he's got to be thinking, man, could I get some ear injuries that would prevent me from walking the rest of my life here? He's got to be thinking about that. That has to be in his mind. That has to be a concern. Fuck, he just... Of course, as I've said, you and I have watched Shawn Michaels against The Undertaker. Where was that from?
Hell in a Cell, October 1997.
Mm-hmm. Best match I've ever seen.
St. Louis Arena.
Yep. Best match I've ever seen. Well, second best match now.
Best singles match.
Best singles match. Yep.
By the way, Shawn's going to the top here. Gonna hit the elbow.
Unbelievable.
Imagine how good that feels.
Taking a deep breath, shutting out the pain. Boom. It's got to hurt because he landed on his side first.
We should mention, as you're quarantined and you're stuck at home and you're looking for some stuff to eat, maybe your grocery store is looking a little sparse. Mm-hmm. Jimmy's Famous Seafood can hook you up. They're actually delivering and they've got some free shipping deals, but you get some of the best crab cakes you've ever had. You can even do some meal prepping. I can't recommend it enough. I know you had a great time there as well. We should mention that they are open and available for business right now.
That is tremendous.
Teasing the stunner, goes with a super kick, catches it, spins it around.
Oh,
wham, there it is. Here we go.
Fucking Tyson turned his fucking back on DX. Is that going to count?
Yeah, that's the finish. That's it. Stone Cold Steve Austin is your new world champion. Mike Tyson's a referee, buddy. I've said it 3 or 4 times now. Pay attention when you can.
Okay.
So he's going to celebrate his big win. And there you go. That's the last night we would see the Winged Eagle. Well, it would make one more appearance, but the next night, Vince McMahon would introduce the new Big Eagle, blue leather block logo championship designed by Joe Marshall. And that would become the new world title. And this belt would only appear one more time. And it would be later this year after King of the Ring, after Foley got thrown off the cage. The next day, they're going to do a title presentation to Kane. And they have this belt in a glass case. And that would be the last time we would see it. So this is the next to last appearance of maybe the most iconic world title that WWF ever had. And here you see Stone Cold throwing Mike Tyson an Austin 316 t-shirt. I'm going to play the audio here.
Mike Tyson holding up the 316. We've got a new champion. And he is a rattlesnake. And I don't think Shawn Michaels can believe what he's seeing. Mike Tyson waving the 316 in front of Michaels' face. Maybe this has been a setup all along. Michael said, no, Mike, you're supposed to be with me. Oh, Michael's insulting Tyson. Michael standing up for the baddest man on the planet.
What a fucking moment, man.
Great moment. And the odds are that was not a working punch by Tyson, because he probably didn't know how to throw one.
Well, it's kind of up to Shawn. When he moves his shoulder, just kick your feet in the air. You know?
Yeah, right.
Like, you got to think, if you're Shawn, like, let's be smart here. By the way, Shawn was not happy with that, I believe. I think that I might be wrong. I think I read in a book somewhere that was not part of the plan, that they wanted to drape the shirt over him. I think they pitched that and he said no, he didn't want to do that. Fuck no, you can't do that. They did it anyway. So I think he went with it. And then afterwards, that's the reason maybe he showed his ass at the press conference. Maybe I'm making that all up. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I seem to remember him not liking the idea of having the Austin flag draped over his limp body. Like, come on, I'll put him over, but Jesus Christ, you have to fucking kill me on the way out. And that's it. The Austin era has begun. That's going to wind down WrestleMania 14. And, here's your finish again. Had that well scouted, stunner, bam. And your special guest enforcer at ringside, 1, 2, 3. There it is, Mike Tyson. And then the big right hand. It's funny because they planned to do this 8 years prior to this with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. It's supposed to be Macho Man taking the bump and Mike Tyson raising the hand of Steve Austin on Saturday night's main event. Instead, it happened on pay-per-view 8 years later. And, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage are on WCW's side. Now it's the new biggest attraction in wrestling, Steve Austin. And look, the fans don't want to leave. Everybody's soaking it in. Here's our recap package of the day. What a pay-per-view, man. Pretty good show, huh?
Yeah, it's one of these shows that kind of made WrestleMania, what it was. Now I know WrestleMania has transcended wrestling now. It's a big event in itself, but you would have to have iconic matches and great matches for it to become that.
2 weeks prior to this, WCW held their March 98 pay-per-view. The main event was Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage in a steel cage. You had Scott Hall working with Sting for the world title, Bret Hart working with Mr. Perfect, the Giant working with Kevin Nash, DDP with Raven and Chris Benoit, Lex Luger working with Scott Steiner, Chris Jericho working with Dean Malenko, Juventud Guerrera and Conan in singles action, and of course Booker T defending his world television title against Eddie Guerrero. When you hear that lineup, you think, God damn, what an undercard. Sort of like what we talked about at the top of the show. The undercard was all about WCW, but the main event, you got to give the nod to a hobbled Steve Austin or a hobbled Shawn Michaels and Steve Austin here.
Yep, you do. You have to. And I like the seeing the big men slug it out as well. 17 minutes, way too long, but they did a great job.
What do you think? Give us a rating here. Scale of 1 to 10.
I would give this an 8.
Well, I look forward to watching WrestleMania 6 with you next week. Of course, you mentioned you were at WrestleMania 5 and WrestleMania 6. Those are my two favorites as a kid, WrestleMania 6 being my absolute favorite. Not going to be a chore to get through that one next week as we see Steve Austin make his way to the ring here at the end of the video recap. It feels like it's about that time.
Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Added attraction here to WrestleMania 14 is another dumpster match, one-on-one. Conrad Thompson is going to take on Dave Silva. And Conrad Thompson up on top, Silva up on top. They're up on top of the turnbuckle. They walk the ropes right above this big dumpster. And Silva's in the dumpster. Silva's in the dumpster. And now we got to try to get him out. How's that going to happen? Does someone have a crane? We'll see you next week on What Happened When. We are on Westwood One, but on Mondays, we are for our friends, our fans, our family, only on
Patreon. Join now at patreon.com/WHW Monday. And don't forget, when you pick up a shirt from lowestrules.com, you get a shirt. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.